Hey, everybody. Wow, it's been a long time since I've done this, but we're back. I wanted to preface this episode and say that it is really obnoxious and loud and all over the place, but it was really fun, and it was one of the long ones, too. So I want to prepare you for. There were people coming in and out of the room for the most of it, and we had to share microphones. So I don't do a whole lot of editing, so I couldn't get the volume completely right. So just be aware that it might be really loud at sometimes, it might be really quiet, and there's going to be a lot of obnoxious talking and yelling and whatever. Nonetheless, I want everybody to enjoy the episode. We're not going to start the podcast with the voice because we're going to start with the shot.
No, with this story. That's what
with the story. We're going to start it with the shot.
Can we break out the VR real quick?
I don't know if I can take another shot.
No, not
just
yet.
Okay, I won't go.
Where's your shot? Where's everyone's shot?
Come now, fount.
Ready, boys and lady?
I really don't want to take this.
This took way too fucking long. I should have been way more prepared to set this up than I was.
I'm gonna have to pee again before we take this, or after we take this.
That's okay.
Cheers.
Cheers to getting this all fucking set up and to
getting
doing
like
this
a titty.
finally.
Well, I just.
Ugh, why is it spicy?
Oh, I hate that.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Everyone's fucking crying. Everybody's crying.
All right.
So we started trying to get the podcast rolling an hour and a half ago, and I couldn't figure out how to get 3 mics going. So now we're rolling with 2 microphones. One of them is on my face, and one of them is on Zach and Hodges.
What's up, baby
You
girl?
can't do that. I went through the rules.
You said raise your voice.
I said just talk. I know,
if
but
I was closer,
but
I
don't
wouldn't- I'm
fucking
not
lean
gonna-
into the
Oh
microphone.
my gosh.
He
he's
did
so
go over
picky.
this.
I did.
He said talk with a stern voice, but
He
don't
didn't
lean
go
in.
over that.
You can't.
We're honestly gonna connect lips sometime
I
tonight.
know. We're gonna make out.
Zach, you had a story. Tell what was this fucking Enoch? Who's fucking Enoch?
I don't. Okay. Well, I don't. Let's see. So I was reading. I don't know how true this is, or how real this is, but there's a book of Enoch that was left out of the Bible.
Enoch is in the Bible.
The book of Enoch?
Yeah.
No, it's referenced, but it's not in it. The book of
Okay,
Enoch.
that might be true. I can't think straight right now.
If I remember this article right, the book of Enoch is referenced, but it's not in it. And the book of
Dude,
Enoch,
honestly, what's with that dryer though?
It's the washer, dude.
Oh.
it's aggressive.
All of the fucking weight is on one side, so it's just getting thrown from wall to wall.
You need to fix that.
Before we go any further, let's do a quick introduction.
Okay.
We have from my very first episode, we have Austin Hutchins back on the microphone.
I was the first one.
You were the very first one. Don't you remember?
Wow, that sucks for you.
No, it was great. We need to throw that washer out of the house.
Yeah, 100%.
You need a new watch.
Speaking of, we just fixed ours the other day. Yesterday.
Okay, now.
No, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the washer that we just threw out.
We're glad to welcome back Austin Hutchins, and we have his wife Heidi here with us. You can't touch the fucking microphone.
What, Heidi,
I
say
went over the
something.
Look it up,
rules.
Jamie.
Jamie, look it up.
Yeah, look
we
it
went
up.
over the rules. Heidi's gonna be here with the
found a
fact
Zach
checking, and we also have Zach Linton here.
Hello.
We were gonna do a podcast, and then we didn't do a podcast, but we're fucking here doing a podcast.
We're doing the
I found a
podcast.
Z on my leg.
All right, I'm gonna go stop that washer. Why don't you tell your story real fast?
Oh.
Oh, where's that?
I'm looking.
Enoch.
Okay, so the book of Enoch. That is so loud.
I honestly kind of like it.
Honestly, wait, turn it back on.
Yeah, I was starting to like it.
No, I can't stand that. That was insane.
That was pretty loud.
Okay, go.
Okay, but the book of Enoch, as I read, was taken out of the Bible because of how just radical it was. It used to talk about these aliens that would come down and were super infatuated with the women of Earth, and they would basically have sex with the people of Earth And
Dude, I
then
think you're just making.
no, I read this. And then they would have kids, but they wouldn't be like human kids or angel kids or alien kids. They would be like a hybrid. They would be giants, and that's where you get like
The beanstalk.
not the beanstalk, but like David and Goliath. Goliath was one of the kids from the aliens and the humans. Like the giants were this hybrid breed of these two different people, and that's where I don't know.
You're saying this is the same Enoch from the Bible.
Yes, the Book of Enoch. This is what I read, and then
Isn't the Book of Enoch a fucking movie with Denzel Washington?
maybe.
That's Book of Eli, and that's a fantastic,
Fantastic.
Honestly,
Love that
if
movie.
this was a movie, it'd be
Fantastic.
amazing. And then at the end of this article that I
movie.
read,
Oh, he's still talking about it.
it says that
Jamie,
the
will you look up the Book of Enoch?
yeah, look it up.
Look it up, Jamie.
And then, so Enoch was actually, okay, so God came to Enoch and was like, this is getting out of hand. God was pissed, and he was like, we need a way to start over and just get rid of these hybrids that are like these giants that are just animals. So he told Enoch that we needed a flood to get rid of all of these.
No,
all of
that
these.
was
Wait.
Noah.
Listen.
This is
Wait,
all.
So no, wait. Let me
Oh.
finish.
This is
so
gibberish.
Enoch was actually Noah's grandfather,
Great grandfather.
great grandfather.
Did you look it up, Jamie?
This is Enoch?
Enoch was Noah's great grandfather, and so
No, this is well. If you believe Wikipedia, this
That's
is
the
what,
most reliable.
No. What the fuck?
I was
did
just trying to
s-
get her voice on the mic.
I
So I
understand.
was just
Here,
saying.
I'll do that. I'll do my mic with Heidi. How
So,
about
so
wanna
this
say
is just
something?
what I read, and I honestly thought it was kind of nuts. So it was his grandfather, his
Did you
great
take my phone?
grandfather,
Oh, I haven't.
that basically, I don't know, kind of knew about the flood before everyone else.
Yeah. So if you believe Wikipedia, that's pretty much what
That's
it does.
a
So
reliable source.
it's saying that the Book of Enoch is an ancient Hebrew apocalyptic religious text ascribed by tradition to Enoch, the great grandfather of Noah.
Yeah.
Enoch contains unique material of the origins of demons and giants, why some angels fell from heaven, an explanation of why the Genesis flood was morally necessary, and the prophetic exposition of the 1,000-year reign of the Messiah.
So like
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
Aztec,
saying.
Where is the
the
Book of-
Aztec calendar?
How do we know about the? Is it in the Apocrypha? Is the Book of Enoch in the Apocrypha?
I'm pretty sure
Where is it?
it was.
It's an apocalyptic.
It was
An apocalyptic record.
yes, but it was taken out of the Bible.
Let's see.
Well,
But
what
how do
I-
we know that? How do we
I
know it
just-
was in the Bible in the first place?
It's reference. It's reference in the Bible. The Book of Enoch is reference, but the actual book was taken out of the Bible.
So
by
how do we know
who
anything
knows?
that's in the book then?
'Cause
Where
I'm,
is the
I'm
book?
sure the book is still around, but it's not. They didn't want to put it in the Bible.
The Book of Enoch sounds familiar, and I think it's actually there's a
Is it
Book of
labeled
Enoch in the
Book
Book
of
of
Enoch?
Mormon. I don't remember.
Book of Enoch.
It might. I honestly I don't know. I've never read the Bible all the way through.
But how do we
so I
know
don't
what's in the Book of Enoch? There's an actual.
Well, how do we know what's in the Bible?
Because there's a fucking Bible with
Well-
all of the other books.
Well, I'm sure there's still a Book of Enoch, but maybe it's just not in the Bible.
It's
you know what I'm
somewhere
saying?
else.
Like it's still there, but
It's-
it's maybe just not in the Bible.
Okay.
I don't know how true this is.
There's a
So
Book of
it
Enoch in the
says-
Book of Mormon, but
so
it's
it
not the
says
same.
It's referenced in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, which is okay.
Property
I don't
of
think that's
Enoch.
apocrypha. Dead Sea Scrolls are another some kind of study, some kind of fucking scrolls.
Yeah, but it's not in the
so
Bible.
It's Latin
I think you're
fragments
thinking
that
Elder
are
Scrolls.
proof the
Skyrim.
Book of
Shout
Enoch
out.
was known by Jews and early Christians.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah. It's not in the Bible, but it was a book.
I'm not doubting its existence. I just don't know where it is or how anybody knows about it. That's what I'm wondering. How anybody even knows about
I don't
it.
know. I just
That's
read
a
the
So
article,
it's
man.
so
I
it's
just
an-
thought it
it's
was
an-
interesting.
it's
It sounds.
I'm so
yeah.
uneducated with this.
So
I can't
only
even
only
comment.
fragments are found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So it's like it sounds like it's a lost text that people used to know, but like there's just all we have is like references of it. We don't have the actual text.
But it's still pretty interesting. So it kind of makes the David and Goliath story and everything.
Oh,
kinda,
did you
like,
say we don't
interesting.
have the actual? We don't have
that's
the actual
that's
text.
what it sounds
Like
like.
a slingshot.
I might be
Exactly.
wrong, but from
David with the slingshot takes down Goliath.
Freaking clutch.
Dude, there's a lot of fucking whack shit from the Bible that either got removed in the past or that's even still in there. Okay, think about this. Okay, Hutch, Look at me in the face.
I'm literally staring at you.
So look at me in the face and say, what if I said your grandpa,
Okay.
you were at a Christmas party and your grandpa comes up to you and says, I want to tell you a story. And you say, okay, I'll listen. What's your grandpa's name? Yep. What is one of your
So much
grandpa's
pressure.
names?
Colby.
So
Colby?
it says-
Yeah.
So
That's a
it's-
great
It's called the
grandpa
Book
name.
of Colby.
Let's talk about grandpa names
No,
for
no,
a second.
hold
Well,
on.
let's
No,
talk-
I've got
okay,
a
keep
fucking
going, keep
story
going.
I'm trying to tell.
I've always
Keep
been
going.
wondering this.
No,
I might-
I'm telling
wait,
the fucking
just
story.
Just real quick. My name is Zach.
You're gonna be that's a
Wait,
terrible
wait.
grandpa name.
Have you ever met anyone over the age of like 12 named Zach?
Yes.
Like honestly,
Yes.
anyone
Yes.
over like a dad or grandpa
You're
named
gonna have
Zach?
to change
Yes.
your
I've
name.
never in my
You
life.
need to
Yes.
change your name to Colby.
I had a piano teacher named Zach.
I met him, and I
My piano
honestly,
teacher?
yeah, I met him, and that was the only person in my entire. I think about this every day. That was the only person in my entire life that I've ever met over the age of like 40 that was named Zach.
Yeah, it was
It
Zachary.
blew my
And
mind.
you couldn't hear it because he fought in the war.
But isn't that nuts? No
Yeah.
one is named Zach that's like older than our generation,
Okay, I'm going back to
other
the fucking
than your
Bible.
piano teacher.
So your grandpa Colby, he's like,
Okay,
listen,
yeah,
I've got
yeah.
a story, and he says, listen, I was one day I was out at sea and I got eaten by a fucking whale. I got eaten by a whale and I was spit up on it, and then I was like, God, I'm gonna die. Will you save me? And he says, yes, I will save you if you will go preach the word of God to these people. And so the whale spits you out.
That's an
And-
alpha move.
That's fucking Noah. No, that's not Noah. That's Jonah. That's Jonah that gets eaten by the
Joah?
whale. Jonah and the whale. That's an actual Bible story.
Okay, but that's the biggest alpha move I've ever heard.
That doesn't matter.
Honestly,
No, it
Joe's
totally
a bad.
matters.
So now your grandpa Colby gets a fucking story, or gets a book called the Book of Colby. He got eaten by a whale, and he goes and preaches the word of God to a bunch of people. That's what the Bible is, dude. It's a bunch of fucking
Dude.
stories like that, like fucking Jonah. And his name is Colby now. Colby got eaten
your
by a
grandpa-
fucking whale.
Yeah, dude.
Grandpa's a badass.
He's
Fuck yeah.
he's an alpha.
Fuck yeah, Colby.
He really is.
I'll read the
He
fucking-
really is. He's so sweet. Okay, so we're talking Bible, and that's the thing. Like, I'm so uneducated with the Bible stuff. Like, I'm gonna add on to your guys' stuff, but like, don't honestly like take whatever I say with a grain of salt because.
Do you need some?
Yeah, that's how I feel about
I'm just
that
I'm
article.
saying yeah. I mean like we're let's talk about conspiracies. You know, like that's what's all about life, man. It's just like adding on to crazy stuff. In my opinion, like we really don't know what's going on, right? Like we think we do.
Well, like in everyday life.
Well,
or
what
just
kind of-
like,
what are you
like,
talking
what
about,
are you
though?
talking
Because
about?
I
Like the
don't know
universe,
fucking
or just like
shit,
everyday
dude.
No,
life?
that's the thing. Like we're like this is fun because we're kind of like we're shooting the breeze and we're talking conspiracies and like hearing each other out. But like, when it comes down to it, do we really know what's going on?
No.
It's
I don't-
crazy.
Yeah, I was
It's
actually
nuts.
I was talking to Steve today, but while we were out at lunch, or when we were coming.
We
home
actually
from
need
lunch.
to talk about Steve's later too.
Yeah, we'll get
Fuck
back
that
to
guy.
that.
Well, yeah, we'll go back to
motherfucker.
Steve's.
We'll get back to that motherfucker. So I went to lunch with Braxton and Steve's, and we were talking about government and voting and politics and shit. And
It seems so screwed up.
it's so fucked up. All
Yeah,
of it.
it's
And
so screwed
so
up.
we were talking about who are we
I'm
voting
just bothered about TikTok,
Who are we voting for?
dude.
I can't wait.
We got until
but I can't
Saturday.
wait for TikTok to get deleted because
No, dude.
it's a waste of time
No,
though.
it's not though.
Remember your life before fucking
I don't spend
TikTok?
much
It was
time on
terrible.
TikTok.
And then TikTok has
TikTok.
changed it.
You know what the truth is?
It's got so much better.
No, listen. TikTok does something to our brains. We get so encapsulated in what's going on in the fucking videos. We just keep scrolling and want to see what's next.
Okay,
wanna see
well,
what's next.
So
every
you think?
And
Wait,
that's
wait.
everything with social media. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's with everything, and we don't fucking need
But
it.
you
My
have,
only-
you
No,
have
we don't need it.
No,
My
okay,
only
then,
problem
then why
was-
do you have every social media platform?
I don't have every social
You
media.
do.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I only post. I don't get on TikTok. I only post on TikTok because I want the clout. I want to fucking get famous. I want someone to see my fucking videos.
Oh, they just posted like a
Just
$1
keep posting
billion
your Guitar Hero videos, man. I like them.
They just posted
Yeah.
like $1 billion thing to give influencers credit for their
Can I
their
turn this
videos.
off?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, we should talk about like influencers too, because you
Hold
say
on,
like
hold on. We're getting out- we're getting a little
On
bit
the
off track.
on the topic of social media, the only problem I have with social media is just how much anxiety it causes, like how fake it is.
It's too
Like
much.
I love it. I use social media. I
Have
love
you seen the
social media.
update though? There's
But
an
it
update.
honestly, like
On TikTok?
in our generation, there has been like an insane amount of mental health issues and anxiety, and I think it all
For sure.
stems from social media.
I think it's a lot
Yeah,
of
I agree with you.
it's a lot
And
of
I think-
communication between humans. Like humans have a hard time getting along in the first place, and having everyone on one platform at once is just it's not good.
well, that's part of what I was talking
But
about.
good comes from it too. Like it goes hand in hand. There's a lot of
But
good stuff that comes
I
from
don't
social
think
media
there's enough good to combat the
to
bad.
justify it.
There's no
well, yeah, I
listen-
agree. But what do? You just take down all social media? You can't do that.
Well,
No,
because you take down social media, there's just be another.
I don't know what the fucking answer is because there's definitely the pro of being able to share what you're doing with people that you love,
And that's fun. And keeping up with people that you
keeping up-
like.
staying
And
in
I love
contact.
that part
That's
of
a
it.
that's a very big positive.
But
I
when
need to
you
look
spend
this up.
hours of your day,
So
A
there's
lot of what there's
look this
none
up,
of
Jamie?
none of that is on TikTok though. All
about
of the
like social media updates.
none of the
Well, I need to talk about
none
it.
of
You
the
finish and I'll
none
talk.
of the keeping up with your friends, with your family is on TikTok. TikTok is purely a entertainment outlet. You go on there to see what other people want you to see, and you fucking just swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe. There's no like, oh look what my friend is doing. Look what
Yeah.
my family is doing. TikTok is purely entertainment.
it seems a lot more like private.
I don't think there's anything wrong with entertainment. So I don't know, like when you said should we just get rid of social media? I don't think that's the
no,
answer.
I don't think you can do that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, you
they're,
can't do
they're
that.
independent organizations, and they have rules and laws, and they have.
And I don't think it's a terrible. I don't think social media is a terrible thing. I
It's
just think
not. So-
people need to limit
It
the
depends
use
on-
of it.
So okay,
Or we're
I need
just
to talk
so-
about this social media update because like this honestly corrects a lot of stuff. So I've heard someone like they had like a new Instagram update, and it's going over to Facebook too because Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah.
But now like the future of social media is going. You can't even see the people who like your photos.
Well, that was supposed to happen months ago. I thought
I thought they
Right.
tried to do that and then it didn't.
They
they
did
only
that,
did
but,
it with
like-
a few people. I thought
Because it happened to someone I know, and it caught him off guard. But
they took away the amount. Like you can't see how many people liked a photo or liked a video.
because
Right?
it's not like a popularity thing anymore. And like
That's what it's become, though.
That's
how many
100%.
likes do you get? How many followers do you have?
millions.
How many
But it doesn't
posts
matter.
do you have? But morally and ethically, it doesn't fucking matter.
But I
what
don't-
matters at the end of the day is, to me, this is what I was saying earlier. Is what matters is, I like social media. I want social media to be more of like a blog, or not even a blog, a journal of my life. I don't want
Yeah.
to delete my social media because I've had it for 7 years.
Yeah, I've had it for a long ass time.
7 years. I've had Instagram and Twitter. I've had Twitter for longer than 7 years, and I don't want to just delete it because I have old shit that I've done, and then I don't want to really forget. I want, if I ever have kids, I want them to see what's going on.
Oh, but let's like Facebook. I've had Facebook since.
I've had Facebook longer.
I've had Facebook
Well,
for
have-
like 5th grade, and I get stories.
Have you guys
I
seen-
never get on Facebook, but like the memories that come up all the
Yeah.
time, it's always with you guys from like 6th grade or 7th grade.
Exactly. Sorry about that.
And I love to look at those, and I would hate to lose all
don't
of
touch
that.
I
but-
kicked her on accident. That's my
Dude,
bad.
let's
I don't know.
throw hands.
Facebook was my number one for sure. I had it when
When
I
we
was,
were in
I remember being
junior
actually I was
high.
at your house, Hudge, with your sister Bree, and she was making an account. The first it was at your house in Layton,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was like
Oh my gosh, that seems like forever ago.
forever ago.
Yeah.
I
And
remember that
we were
house.
sitting there and she had just started dating her husband, and she was like, "Look at this! It's like some kind of website where you can create a personality or something stupid." And I was like, how old were we in like 2012?
Dude, I was like
That was
8 years
8 years
ago.
ago?
I was 14.
I think I was 20. Yeah.
or 8, 16.
20.
I was like 20.
Yeah.
Can you do math? I was like, this is. I was like, this
Wait,
is,
Jamie, look it up.
How old was I 8 years ago?
I thought it was dumb, and then I remember going to a football game with Jeff and
Jeff Ball?
Jeff Ball and Taylor
Carper.
Carper, and we went to go get tall tees for a football game.
Tall tees were my jam
And
in high school.
Taylor Carper
That was the
like,
move. That was the move.
Yeah.
Taylor Carper was like, dude.
I still have my tall tee.
What was that one store that sold them? It was like
Gen X or
Gen
something.
X.
Is that what
Gen X?
What?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
How do you remember that?
Dude,
The store was
I-
called Gen X, and they just
So-
sold like XXX large tees, and we'd wear them, and they go all the way
Yeah.
down to your kneecaps.
Here's the thing, like
That was the snowboarder's move, though. If you were snowboarding
I
at that
still
time,
wear
that's
that.
what you wear.
I still wear my
it's
tall tee.
true.
So that's the thing, like let's talk about tall tees.
Baggy ass
because-
clothes, that's your thing. If you're
Yeah, like I
snowboarding.
was a tall, skinny kid in high school, and
You're
I
still
wanted
a
to
tall,
hide it
skinny kid.
for sure. But like those tall tees were the best for me because like I had like the longest little chicken legs, and that was me hiding it.
Dude, I would just
They
wear
were
layers.
so sweet.
I would just layer up. I would wear like an undershirt and flannel.
Yeah, man.
Flannels were the jam.
Those
in
were
high
good
school. That's
times.
all I wore.
I still have that picture of us and Sierra in our
Yeah, I
flannels
still have that too.
for like the graduation.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had no sense of style in high school.
That's just
Style has really come a long way since we were in high school.
Dude,
when we were in high school, you just wear whatever you want. It didn't matter.
well, it did matter,
Kinda,
but
like,
I
I feel like we
didn't
were-
know is
we
the
were
thing.
all insecure.
I
we
just
didn't
think
know.
everyone
Like,
in high school
we
didn't
didn't
really
know,
have a
but,
sense of fashion. But now you see like junior
like
high
your plaid
kids.
shorts were so.
Yeah, I'd
sweet.
wear plaid shorts all the time.
No, you
Maybe
were
it was just
And your
maybe,
New Balances. Do you
Yeah.
remember
and Abercrombie, dude.
Okay, honest to God, maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just me. But it feels like these junior high kids are like way flyer than I ever would have been
They
in
have-
high school. Like they're
getting like Gucci stuff, like Gucci belts.
Dude,
I still can't afford
my
that.
little
Kevin
my
wears-
little sister has a $500 Gucci belt.
That's not okay.
And she is in junior high. She just made it to junior high. And she's got a
How does
$500
she get it though? Where does she get it?
She
Do
got
her
it from her
parents buy it, or
friend.
does so she inherits it.
She got it
from
from her friend.
somebody else.
Her best friend. Her parents are like millionaires, but they're divorced, so they give her everything she wants. They,
2 Christmases.
That's
yeah,
insane.
exactly.
What's
Like
her-
the 2 Christmas thing. Like her mom will just buy her stuff, and her dad will be like, "Well, I gotta outdo the mom," and just like buys her more stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's
she's
my
just got
parents.
like insane amount.
That's been my whole life.
Kind of, yeah. But so my sister.
So I have 2 monitors.
So my sister's friend will just give her stuff all the time because she doesn't even know what to do with it. So she's got this like $500 Gucci belt that she wears all the time.
Well,
I know Cannon wears Supreme everything, and I'm like, dude, Supreme's overrated. It's not even cool. And he's like, dude, everyone's wearing.
it's like the next
I
Travis
Travis
think
Barker
Barker.
fashion's
brands.
almost more important with like junior and high school now than it
Well,
was.
that's the thing.
than
Like
it is
that,
now. Than
well,
we
that
graduated.
day and age, like I remember back in junior high and high school, I was so insecure. You know, like style. Like you don't know how to style yourself, but you had your certain style and you stuck with it because you're insecure.
Definitely.
You know.
Definitely. Because, well, okay. I remember going to a cooking class with Horsley.
Oh, ninth
in-
grade?
CTE.
No, I think it was our sophomore year.
CTE? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think that's what
I went
No,
to
it was,
CTE.
it was just a fucking cooking
Dude, I have a
class.
story from CTE though. Okay, you go first.
Well, I was just going to say, I remember going to a cooking class with Horsley in sophomore year. I was in baggy gym shorts and a t-shirt. Like, didn't give a fuck about how I looked, and seeing other kids walking down the street, walking in the hallway with jeans.
That's
nice
what I'm
shirts,
saying. That's what I'm
looking
saying.
nice.
No one ever cared.
And I remember feeling like I felt like a piece of shit because I didn't want to dress nice. I wanted to dress comfy. I wanted to dress comfy because I didn't want to dress like, I didn't want to wear the.
Interesting.
But then that changed over the couple of years because I
Yeah.
did want to look nice eventually. Well,
See-
I fucking gained weight and then lost all that fucking weight in high school
Yeah, you
by
did.
my senior year, and then
Yeah, what's the
then
trick?
I actually cared.
And but then you did
This
have.
is, this is actually a weight loss podcast. That's right.
So let's get down
That's
to
a
business.
See, I never had that in high school. I never cared. I wore the dumbest shit, and if
You've come
but,
a
like,
long.
you-
I
found
used to
it in
have
school, though.
I used to have like this spike over hair, and it would literally just be.
But dude, that's the thing. Like,
and I would wear plaid shorts with a flannel, and like I never cared.
anyways, though. That's the thing.
Okay.
You
I
don't
wonder if
care
that
what you
was.
look
I don't know
like.
what that was. I don't know if that was just like unearthed confidence that came from absolutely nowhere. But I just didn't care, and I never really looked at anybody else and been like, "Man, they look good. I wish I looked more
Well, 'cause
like that."
That's
Because it
and
wasn't like.
And I never had that
I'm
in high
glad we're
school.
talking about this because like my perspective in high school is like, okay, I'm gonna like.
I just wanted to
I'm
hang
gonna
out
do,
with
like,
my friends.
Something crazy, like I'm gonna wear fanny packs. I'm gonna do, like.
Oh,
I was-
fanny packs were
I was
big.
always like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna. I'm gonna
camelbacks and all
yeah, I
that.
was like, I'm gonna like do some crazy stuff that people think I'm an idiot, but like I do it ironically, which makes it cool.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought. But
we do it uniquely.
yeah, exactly.
Nobody else is wearing a fanny
I wanted
pack.
to be
No one
myself.
else is
Do
wearing
you remember like my
camelbacks.
orange
Oh, that's
glasses I
interesting.
wore? I was like, dude, those
Yes.
are so sick.
I have a picture on my Instagram of you
Yeah.
at a basketball game in fucking 9th grade
Yeah,
wearing
man.
those glasses.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
all for it because that's the thing is
I
like,
guess the unique thing was kind of the move.
in
And
my
it
opinion,
still is though. That's the thing.
I
Like,
had that Jedi braid that went down to my nipple, and that was kind of my thing. But that
and then you
was,
wore it as a wristband.
And then when we graduated, we went on our senior trip, and I cut it off. I made Kaylee's cut it off
Yeah.
in front of everyone in that massive house that we rented in California,
the one that was haunted.
but like,
the one that was haunted. And then I wore it as a bracelet, and I lost it somewhere in Disneyland, and
But
it's
that's
still
the-
there to this day.
that's the thing, though.
It's so gross.
People still want to be unique because we want to be unique because we want to be recognized by other people. If we're not unique, then we don't stand out.
well,
guess
it's
that's
a
true.
it's a mental thing for us as people that, and so I think when
it's just being
now
it's
the
being
high school
authentic.
kids go to school and they wear designer clothes and they say, look, this is my unique style. Look, I'm wearing fucking Supreme. Look, I'm wearing Gucci. Look, I'm wearing Versace, because that's their unique. If someone else finds something else that's sick. And remember the fad
'Cause,
when
like,
everyone was
DI
buying
was
DI
unique.
shit? Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
a time where
I
everyone was
feel like
like,
that's
look,
still a
DI
thing.
is my shit,
I
not
still a
Versace.
thing.
Okay, so I have
Like that's Steeze's thing. Like that's still a thing.
Steez
honestly
is
we're
hippie.
yeah
Steez is Steezy.
we're gonna talk about Steez later because
Yeah,
Fuck him.
it's still gonna happen.
Because fuck Steez.
But I still have I bought 3 shirts from DI. Did I say that right? Shirts.
You said shit or something.
Okay. Anyways, that's fine.
We knew what you meant.
So I have like it's an Eagle shirt. I
I'm
have
drunk. Do you need a refill?
no.
Do you
I'm
want a
good.
beer?
I'm trying to finish the story, but that's okay.
Okay, that's totally fair. Valid.
So
My bad.
I have an Eagle shirt. I have a turkey shirt, and I have
This is okay.
what was the other shirt, babe?
Okay.
I have 3 of them. Look it up, Jamie. Anyways, I've worn that turkey shirt for
We just
I think 6 years in a row every Thanksgiving,
It'll be better for you.
and I just really needed you guys to know that.
Yeah, I'll show you. Sorry, Hutch.
All right, good talk.
No, keep
I
going,
know,
keep
I'm
going.
sorry.
Sorry, we're
That-
trying to figure out the
No,
equipment.
that was it. That's the problem. Is the climax already hit?
Oh man.
Use my
Can we just talk about
Use my
high school
fucking
for a
cajon
sec?
for
Okay,
a-
but I
for a
just want to
rest.
say like how cool is that? Like we have been with each other like through every stage of our lives. Like we know each other more than some of our own family members.
Honestly, I hate you guys. I've known you guys.
I hate you
I've
guys,
known you guys
so much.
since elementary school. And that blows my mind.
I'm miserable.
Sometimes.
I'm miserable. I need new friends.
I know. See, the thing is, you guys know too much about me. You have too much dirt on me. So if we ever turn on
Like
each other,
remember
we're
when we called you
fucked.
ball
won't.
sack for like 2 years?
Yeah, my nickname was Ballsack. That I hated you.
That's the
And
beauty.
that's why I can't. And that's why there's no Zacks that are older than 40 because they were
called
called
ball
Ballsack, and then they killed themselves. They ended it. They're like, I can't deal with this shit anymore, and they ended it.
called ball sack.
That's the awesome, but the pro
know,
side is
I
that we
love
can
that.
sit here and do this. We can fucking get drunk. We can sit down and we can talk about nonsense for how long has it been now? I don't know how to work
Dude,
the computer.
honestly, you don't
well.
even have to look.
It's been fucking 30 minutes talking bullshit.
I don't
So
know,
here,
That long
I think it's just
you were like, dude, I don't want to go longer than like 2 hours, and I'm like, it's gonna go a long time. It's gonna be a long fucking time.
I
We
just
can
think
talk about
it's
bullshit
so
for 3
cool.
hours.
I don't know. Like I think it's so cool that we all have developed our own perspective on life and we've seen each other grow and like we all have our differences and stuff, like whether it's
Oh, yeah.
religion or school, like wherever you're at, we've all just like stuck together. Even in high school, we were all so different and we've been told that forever. Like we were very different people. We had like athletic sports people, we had gamers, we had, you know, like just a ton of different people, and we just came together and had a fantastic time. And it's been like that ever since.
Okay, but
Because we're all about like good times.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
The crazy thing is that after high school, there was like 7 or 8 of us, but every single one of us
There
went
wasn't
separate
even,
ways.
There was like 3 of you.
No, there were. Well, at high school there was like 8 of us that were solid.
Oh.
And then after high school, everyone went their own ways.
The 8.
Like,
what
every
did we call ourselves? The 8?
I think it was the 7.
Flamingos or
Oh,
something.
the
The
7.
seven
Was it
flamingos.
the 7?
But we all went our separate ways. And then some people went on missions. Me and Hudge went to college. And then,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
5 or 4 years later, somehow we all came back together and we're all, like, best friends again.
But we're
Like,
here
no
for-
matter where we went in those, like, different years after college, we all still, like, stayed cool. And I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. There was something about our friendship that connected early on that kept us through, like 2 years is a fucking long time for anybody to keep any
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's romantic or emotional or physical, there's just something. There was something about our relationship that kept us through those tough times.
Stood the test of time.
We
did.
went out. I left for 2 years while you guys did your own thing, and I came back and it was just like it was seamless when we came back. You
And
even
like-
came and visited me. It was perfect.
I did.
Oh, I remember when you went.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you left and saw him.
It's like this, and I've been told so many times from like my parents or other people, we're like, our friend group and our relationship is one of a kind. And it's just like, it's the most, I don't know, I think it is such a crazy
Yeah.
position we're in.
When I was,
Because like, no matter what, like when you did summer, I actually thought about this the other day. When you did summer sales, we probably didn't talk for like 9 months or something.
Yeah.
Because like I was dating Heidi and stuff, and I was off doing my own thing, and you were
Yeah.
doing in Chicago.
Well, I was
and
in
then, like,
Logan too. I was going to school in Logan
right,
too.
and then like as soon as you get back, we just kick it like,
Seamless.
nothing else.
It was
And like even
seamless.
if I see some friend from high school or something, it's like we just pick up where we left off. There's no
Yeah.
space.
it's not awkward.
Yeah, it's not awkward
It's
at
not
all. It's just
weird.
like their
Yeah,
family.
yeah, yeah. And
I don't
that's
know.
that's a weird
That's
thing.
really cool.
Whenever I was told about after high school, like my parents and everyone would be like, "Oh, all your friends from high school, they're gonna
Yeah.
be gone, and like you're gonna
And I was
have to start over." And like
yeah.
I don't know, that hasn't been the case for us. We were just
I was so worried about that too. Like when you guys left on your missions, I was like, man, like my best friends are leaving me. What?
Nothing.
nothing.
Anyways, but yeah, dude, it's special. It's cool.
Special. Yeah, I'm not laughing at you.
No,
promise.
it's okay. You can.
So now, okay.
Did you really?
Just a little guy slips out. It was insane.
It's your spread eagle.
I know. I'm really relaxed. Okay, so this is what I want. I'm having a great time. I'm having a good time.
This is great.
With
I
the
wish we had 3
4 of us.
mics, but you know, we took 2 hours.
I wish we had 4 fucking mics. I wish Heidi could give her spiel.
Look it up, Jamie.
Look it up, Jamie. So here's what I wanted to do.
Heidi's Jamie.
Now that we're 31 minutes 33 seconds in, here's what I want. My intention behind all of this was, I wanted us to be loaded and to talk about all of the shit that's going on in the world today.
I love it. Let's talk about it.
So
So much shit.
I have in the meantime.
So much
Does
shit.
it go on for
I don't even
months.
know what you're talking
I
about
know.
because there's so much shit.
2020 has been the ringer, man.
It's been the fucking ringer.
It's been crazy.
But I've asked a lot of questions in polls, and I've gotten a lot of responses.
On
And
Instagram?
I've had incredible conversations with a lot of people. Yeah, most of it's been on Instagram. And I want to talk about my questions, people's
the
responses.
gulag.
I'm done with those fucking washer and dryer.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, you guys talk real quick, cause
go take a piss, dude.
I don't know.
Me and Zach will do this. I'm gonna just kind of scroll through. On my Instagram, I have a polls and questions and things. A story shared.
Yeah.
I don't even know what do you call
Just
it.
start with the first one.
So that's exactly what I want to just kind of go through.
Is
Each
most of it about
question.
like COVID or
No,
because
dude,
COVID's
it's-
kind of been a hot topic,
So obviously, COVID's the biggest one,
especially for the
fucking
beginning
pandemic
of the
that we're in.
year.
I also want to say, okay, it's been a long time since I've made a podcast. And the reason behind that is,
COVID.
in October or September or November, whenever around that time last year, I wanted to start making a podcast. And my intention was to address Mormons wanting to leave the church, Mormons that have already left the church, talk
Yeah.
about my personal feelings, and talk about and be open about different kinds of questions and doubts or fears that people might have in that world. And I wanted to share my experiences so those people could have some kind of avenue or relate to somebody, because it's a fucking scary world. And you know this.
Yeah.
You know this very well.
Yeah.
Being,
I sent in my mission papers. I was halfway there.
you did send mission papers in.
Yeah, I was waiting for my call, and then I don't know. I just kind of realized that I was only going on a mission because my friends were, and then
I didn't realize you actually sent. I thought you.
yeah, I went as far as you could go. Like I did everything you should do.
Why didn't you get a call?
I got a call.
You got a mission call?
Yeah, I never looked at it.
What?
I never opened it. I never saw where it was gonna go. I never went that far. I got the letter. I had the letter in my
You
hand.
had the big fucking envelope?
I had the big envelope where everyone does the reveal.
Did you know that?
No.
You guys didn't know this?
No.
This was a big moment for me.
Anyone knew this.
It was kind of private for me at the time.
Oh my god, dude,
But-
that's insane.
Yeah, I had the envelope, and
You had a fucking call?
I had a call. And instead of opening it and like releasing that I was gonna go to this place, I don't know. I kind of kept it to myself and decided that it wasn't for me, and I just kind of
Wow.
I kept it around for about a year. I kept my call around for a year. I never opened it. I had just the
Did you know that Zach had a mission call?
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, I promise you didn't.
No, I put in my mission papers and I had it. And then okay, so
Well,
this
why
is
did
what
he get his and I'm still waiting for mine?
okay, so this
But
is
you're a fucking joke.
all right.
No, I'm not a joke.
Let me start at the beginning. Okay, so I put in my mission call, and then we went to Hayden. Hayden had a party at his house. I don't remember what it was for, but I remember going. And then you, Hudge, and
I am Hudge, so.
yeah, Hudge, Damon. No, not Damon. What am I saying? Hudge and Brendan were talking about moving to Dixie and getting an apartment. And just instinct, like, out of nowhere, I was like, dude, let me come. Do you have an extra room? Like, let me come move with
Yeah.
you. Like, I really want to do that.
Heck yeah.
And then they said yes. I had a slot open. I was about to move there. And then before I left, I got my mission call. I had the envelope.
Where'd you go?
Okay, but this is the thing. So I went to college. I took the envelope with me. I had it in my room for about 2 months. And every day it was just kind of sitting there, and I never really looked at it until like about 2 months later, and I just threw it away. I never opened
Oh my
it.
God.
I
You
never
never
s-
knew where you were called?
I
That's
never-
anticlimactic. I'm pissed off.
I
don't
know.
know where
That's
you were.
beautiful. That's
I didn't-
insane.
Yeah, that's
I didn't
Beautiful.
want to
Yeah.
know where I was called. I didn't want it to be tempting or disappointing. It was kind of just its thing in its own way.
Wow.
I kind of made it as far as I wanted to in the church, and then I was content. I didn't want to do anything more. I loved where I was at. I was happier without the church than I was with the church.
I can't believe that.
So I kind of got
I
rid
had
of
no
it,
idea.
and then I didn't want to share with anyone. I didn't want it to be like this big deal. So
This is really the first
And
time
here we
you've
are.
said anything about it.
this is the first time I've told anyone about it.
Oh my god. It's
Ever
a
in my
fucking
life.
podcast that our
Yeah.
friends are going to listen to.
Breaking news.
And I lived with you the whole time.
You did? I had no idea.
Yeah,
That-
that
that's
dumpster that was behind our house is where I put it, and I never opened it. It was a
I
big
can't
deal.
believe you never
Honestly,
looked.
that was a good dumpster.
I wanted to look. To this day, I kind of wanted to know where I was gonna be sent to.
Dude, I had no idea.
But in the end, I don't know. In the moment, it felt right. In the moment, it felt right. Never opening
Well, you were
it.
surrounded by, at least me, Hayden, Damon, Ian.
Oh
and
yeah, in the
Horsley
beginning.
all getting calls.
Oh, in the beginning, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Like it
I
was
remember-
scary. It was scary. Like honestly, it's weird in Utah. Like I was scared not to go on a mission.
Exactly.
Because I had everyone in my neighborhood who I loved, everyone that I looked up to through like scouts and everything, everyone I loved and admired and looked up to.
It's pressure.
And then all of a sudden it was like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
And then everyone in my neighborhood instantly disowned me. Like my
Yeah.
bishop doesn't talk to me anymore, and we were so close, and it was like, it really broke my heart. It really
Weird.
did.
I remember. I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh no,
you.
go ahead.
I remember
at the
sitting
end
in
of
my
this.
basement it was on my birthday, and school had got snowed out, so we were at my house playing Minecraft. Me, you, and
That was a good Minecraft.
I love
maybe
Minecraft.
Zach.
That was a
maybe
good Minecraft.
I play
Horsley,
Minecraft all the
Hayden,
time.
somebody. We were just kind of chilling, and I had said out of the blue, I asked you, Hudge, if you were going on a mission. You said, "No, I don't think a mission is for me. I'm gonna stay home." And I said, and in my head, I'm like, God, he's going to hell. He's screwed. He's
Still
screwed.
is.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Dude,
I'm terrible.
It was insane. Because when I was believing, I was such an intense Mormon. I thought that
It's
if you didn't
weird,
go,
man.
then there were severe consequences.
Okay.
To not going.
No,
No, I
okay.
agree.
No,
Like,
I need to elaborate on that because like that's the thing. So when it came to me, so we all grew up in Utah, and obviously the LDS Church is heavily influenced here. But the thing is, like for me, that like an LDS mission was not my priority, or it wasn't a goal, and like dedicating 2 years of my life just wasn't for me at that time. But like that's the thing, like. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, and it was super, like for me it was really sad to see like all my friends kind of leave after 2 years, or like to leave for 2 years straight. It's like, dude, like we're having a good time, but like then it was like, okay, who am I to, tell them to not go? Because it's like if that's your goal, then do it.
Because you didn't not want to go because you didn't believe, or because you thought it was wrong, or that you were
I
manipulating
wouldn't
people.
have like I would
You
have.
didn't want to go because and I don't mean to put words in your mouth. I'm assuming
yeah,
that you
go
didn't want to
ahead.
go because it was something that you weren't comfortable with doing. Maybe you weren't entirely on board with, and you had other things you wanted to pursue, like maybe go to school and hang
Yeah.
out with your friends, and you didn't want to put yourself in a position like that where you'd have to sacrifice all of those things.
Like my mindset was like, like I'm not 100% on board. Like how could I convince someone to be part of this religion where like I'm not even 100% sure? Does that make sense? But like if my friends, like my best friends were like, yeah, I'm going to dedicate 2 years of my life, I'm not going to be like, dude, don't do that, because like that's your guys' goal. And like I remember like I set a goal for myself, like I'm going to support my friends no matter what, and I'll be there for like all of your guys' mission for farewells, because that's what it's all about. It's about supporting each other. I don't care if you're Mormon, I don't care if you're Catholic, I don't care if you're Buddhist. Be a good person. I'll support you no matter what. And like that's what's so beautiful about all of our relationships is like, even when you told me like, like, are you serving a mission? I was like, like, I don't know if it's about me, like, I don't know if I
that
am
was
all
a
for
really
that.
mature moment for you to be authentic.
That's the thing. Like it's tough. And like, even if there was any like 18-year-old, listening to this or something, like I know how tough it is, especially, like with that influence, but stay true to yourself. Even if it's like, if you believe 100% to go on a mission, do it. Like that's honestly like my belief. Like if you think like that's the best thing for you at that time, go on a mission. And like you guys thought the same thing. And like you've learned some crazy awesome things on your mission. You can't deny that.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And I own up to it today.
Yeah, and I think it's no matter what your beliefs are, it's supporting each other through it. As long as you're not harming yourself or someone else, I'm gonna support you. And like that was my goal when it was like we had like a mission call every Sunday for 4 months.
It was nuts.
And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to every single one of them, because like I don't care if it's against my beliefs, I don't care if it is my beliefs. But I'm going to support one of my, my friends who've really like changed my life, because like our friend group has, you can't deny it's changed every single one of our lives. We are the people we are now because of.
Even if you didn't go, my influence on you is what it is because I went on a mission.
Yeah.
And because Hayden went on a mission.
Yeah.
Because Ian went on a mission.
Yeah.
And whatever we are who we are because of our relationship and because of our the influence we had from our experiences.
Are we the only two that didn't go? Okay, so we had 7. We had Caden, Ian.
Well, we call ourselves a 7 or something.
Yeah.
Flamingos.
The
7
flamingos.
flamingos.
Fuck did the flamingos come from?
I don't know. It was
Yeah.
just a thing. Okay, so me, Hudge, Caden, Hayden, Ian, Damon, and Horsley. And I think me and Hudge were the only two that didn't go out of the whole
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, no, you were.
The thing
And
is,
that
like,
was-
Brendan.
No, Brendan. Oh, Brendan didn't
Brendan
go.
didn't
But
go
Brendan
either,
wasn't
so
part of the
He's
7.
not part of the.
Yeah.
He wasn't
But
in our inner circle.
honestly,
but
we
he's
should
been
just
a-
change
he
it to
was-
the 8 because
He
Brendan
was
is
really
a huge
close
part.
to you two while you were in. Yeah,
Brendan's
just-
always been like one of my best friends.
exactly.
Brendan was, like, the first
Brendan's
person
one
I
of the best.
met when I
He's one of the
moved here.
greatest people I've ever met, and I hope he's
he was
listening
an
to this.
incredible influence for you while you stayed home while we were gone.
Just
You became really. You two became especially close to him while we were gone. Although I consider Brendan one of my longtime best friends from our since fucking 5th grade. Whenever he
Yeah.
moved into town.
Yeah, moved in 5th grade.
Yeah. So he's
well,
been.
I remember
Honestly,
actually.
I
let's-
hated
let's talk
Brendan. No, 6th grade. I hated
Yeah, it
Brendan.
was
when
sixth
he moved
grade.
in.
I actually remember Brendan moving in because I was like,
This
he
fucking
moved in,
guy's
he was
taking
like-
all the girls.
yeah. Well, I was just like, man,
Yeah, dude.
I was like,
That's
that-
what I'm saying.
that guy's alpha. Like we will respond to this guy, and he was alpha. Like as soon as he walked in, I mean, like
Okay.
that guy was the bomb. You
Okay,
know?
Still is.
but in
He
5th
still
grade,
is.
in 5th grade, I felt like me and Sydney Anderson, we were vibing. We
But I felt the same way.
Okay, but we were vibing, and I've talked to Sydney.
Don't shake your head.
I've talked to Sydney since this, but we were vibing for sure. And then Brendan moved in, and then Sydney and all the other girls were like,
Well, he
fuck,
stole
this guy's
everybody's
hot as
heart
fuck.
because he was the most attractive. He was the strongest.
Oh yeah,
he
and
was
I
the fastest,
hated Brendan when he
was
moved
the
in
funniest,
Nah,
because
dude,
he
he
stole
goofiest.
all the girls.
Yeah, the most.
And I've talked to
confident.
Brendan. Not Heidi. Heidi stayed low in the
Wait,
Hudge
did you
since
look it up,
5th grade.
Jamie, look up Brendan Winnie.
No,
But
I
I love that kid so
no,
much.
like we are so I don't know.
I
Like
just think that's so funny. I love that.
Yeah.
we're so it's such a special situation we're in. Like we have stuck together through everything. Like the friends we've had has just changed us for the best.
For the better. That's it, for the
100%.
better.
Yeah.
And for a lot of worse times, that fucking you gotta close the washer. It doesn't work.
No, I like it.
You want me to do it? I got it.
No, they figured it out.
Okay.
Okay.
I wonder if they left.
Thank you for those fucking. They did. They turned it off.
Oh, Dixie.
So what I wanted to do, like I was saying probably 15 minutes ago, was I want to talk about these Instagram polls. But I have,
Oh, yeah.
I have to take
Yeah.
a piss, but Zach is taking a piss.
Okay, so wait for Zach, and then we can go off on something.
But dude, for
'Cause
real,
we're keeping this content going.
what I love the most is as a 24-year-old adult who works full time and who doesn't really meet new people hardly ever. I have a really solid group of friends I can fall back on when I really, like fucking feel lonely, or when I want to do something, or when I want to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, I have a group of friends. I have people that I know I can rely on, and I've always been able to rely on. I never felt like it was unique. I never felt like it was like something special. But when I talk to other people,
You
They-
like in that situation, you never thought it was a unique.
no, I thought
Situation?
everybody has these
Really?
close friends that last forever. But
Because I kind of thought the.
Close that door.
No, dude, Zach,
I'm back, baby.
you're back. No, I kind of think the same thing. It hit me. Okay, so
I'm gonna go piss.
okay, go piss.
Well, are you talking to me? Because I want to.
Yeah, we'll do a timeout.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Zach,
piss.
what are you gonna talk about?
What were you talking
Yeah,
about?
he's gonna go to the bathroom. I mean, he's.
What
he's-
were you saying?
No, we're still talking about friends, honestly.
No.
But
Alright, let me say this then.
okay, go ahead.
So me and you left for college.
Okay,
And honestly, that was the scariest moment
it was a train wreck.
of
Let's talk
my
about it.
young adult life. Honestly. So we got to Dixie State.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember this, but we got to Dixie State. And we went to the home office, and everyone was like signing in and
You
paying
didn't have a
their rent.
cosigner.
Yeah. So I get to the home office, and okay, but there's a crazy twist that you don't know about this.
Dude, you're full of storage right now.
Yeah. So we
Okay,
got
let's
to
go.
the home office lady, and I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm checking in. Like, I'm in apartment 6A. I think was our. I don't know if that's right. Don't fact check me.
Yeah,
but
I won't because I don't
Jamie, don't
remember.
fact check me, Heidi.
Jamie, don't look it up.
But
Jamie, get off your phone.
and then so I'm signing all the paperwork, and she's like, you need a cosigner because obviously I didn't have any credit. And she was like, and I called my parents, and my mom and dad are both like, we're not cosigning for you. Like, we have great credit. We're not gonna take a chance on you. We're not gonna ruin our credit.
I remember that.
And I was heartbroken. So I went to I honestly thought
you thought you were gonna go home.
I went to you guys and I was like, guys, we made it this far. I drove down with all of my belongings, but I was like, I'm moving back to Layton. Like, it's over for me. And I went to the home office. This is a true story. I went back to the home office lady, and I was like, I don't have a cosigner. Like, I'm sorry. This is it.
I even said I would co-sign, and I had no credit. I
Yeah,
was just some high school grad barely.
Okay.
Was like, dude, I'll co-sign. I don't know what that
The
means.
lady
but-
behind the desk was like, looked at me and was like, all right, well, okay, you're fine. You don't need a cosigner.
What?
Yeah, that's how I got in. You didn't know that?
No, I thought you found I thought your
I didn't
grandma.
find a cosigner.
Your grandma co-signed.
No, so the lady was just like, she waived it. She just let me live there. So I remember running back to the apartment and be like, guys, I'm fucking staying. And I was ecstatic. I was so happy.
I thought your grandma co-signed.
No! Dude, no one co-signed. And I was freaking out. I was so excited. And then later, okay, so you know how Steez went to Dixie as well? After us? Steez?
I don't
Remember that?
know of that name, Steez. Does he have an Xbox?
Yeah, not anymore.
Fuck that guy.
So Steve's went, and he was telling me that the owner of Red Rock Ridge apparently went to prison because she was stealing money from, or I might be screwing this up completely, but she was doing some sort of illegal activity, like stealing money or something,
I believe
and
it.
went to jail. And I swear, I don't know if this is 100% true, but I'm pretty sure the lady behind the fucking desk was the lady that let me stay. And that's the reason I went to college.
I don't
Zach
even know what
Zach
story
is.
you're
I've
talking
never
about.
seen Zach so passionate about a story
I
right
can
there.
tell by the feedback on
It
that.
blew my mind.
Yeah,
It
dude.
blew my mind.
I honestly,
That was the happiest moment of my life.
I wouldn't doubt it because Red Rock Ridge was really sketchy. There's a guy getting tased every night.
And you know what? I can't believe that I made it to Dixie State in my car. My car didn't go
Your
backwards.
Jetta, yeah.
My
You had
Volkswagen
it-
Jetta.
I
The
forgot
reverse
about that.
didn't work.
It's gonna go
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah.
Like I would have to pull when I went on dates or something in high school. I'd have to like pull up to a curb, throw it in first gear, and like slam on the gas and throw it in neutral and just bounce off the
Yeah.
curb and roll back. And then I'd take
remember
off,
that.
and it was smooth as fuck.
Like, yeah, dude, honestly,
But-
Dixie State was one of the biggest learning experiences for me. And I bet it was the same for you. Because, like,
Oh yeah,
I mean, like, do you remember when you even got the job at the
Chevy.
Well,
Cadillac?
Chevy, but like before the movie theater, and you
The
worked like
movie
maybe
theater.
an hour a week.
Dude, I would work for 2 hours and then be
Yeah.
like, all right, take a break, but clock out.
Yeah.
And I would maybe
Go
clock out
home.
for like 3 hours, and I would
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah.
And I only worked like 3 hours that day.
And I was a server at a
With
retirement
Jordan
center.
Farnsworth, yeah.
Oh, man, that was awesome. That was a good experience.
Dude, but that Jetta died at Dixie.
yeah, you
I-
just left it.
Yeah, I bought a new
You
car.
probably have like a $10,000 fine.
I
on
probably
that car
do.
right now.
I bought a new car, my car I'm driving now, and I left the Jet. Okay, so this is what happened. I went firefighting like 3/4 or 3/4 through the year. I dropped out of college and I went firefighting, wildland firefighting, and I left
Zach
my
highly
Jetta.
recommends that too. Drop out of college, right?
Don't do it. And I left my Jetta at Red Rock, and to this day I don't know where it's at. I went back to Red Rock like 2-3 years ago to kind of find it, and it's gone.
It's probably smashed.
It's
probably a
it's in fucking
brick right
pieces.
now.
But I bought a new car and I just left it.
It's a fucking brick
I remember
now.
you bought your car.
I had the
you still
craziest-
have it. Like you bought that Miata down in St. George, and you still have it.
I still have. That's my baby. I'll never sell that car.
Chloe.
I'll buy a new
What's
car.
her name? Chloe.
Chloe.
Oh, that sweet princess.
She's a beaut. I love her.
We love
Okay.
her. We love her.
Boys,
Okay, yeah,
we've been going
let's talk
for
about this.
53 minutes.
We have more. What do you want? What do you want to talk about?
I just want to go over the Instagram polls from this fucking year.
Yeah, let's hear about him. Lay it on me.
I honestly like.
And you know what I just realized? Is
I want
it
to talk
doesn't-
about conspiracies.
It doesn't. We'll get to the fucking
Okay.
conspiracies.
Alright, cool. As long
It
as you
doesn't
promise.
save the responses to the questions. It just shows
You okay,
the
Jamie?
answers or the.
That's
so
okay.
I'm
Let's just talk about our
we're gonna go off.
opinions.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's all we're gonna have to do. So, I started saving them 32 weeks ago, and will you turn that off?
It's so
Actually,
hot.
put that on your lap.
It's just
Put
like
that- You see, this is what I'm saying. Fucking don't touch shit.
No, you're
It's
fine.
all
You're
wrapped
okay.
up.
You're okay, bud.
Let me unwrap this.
Just don't touch anything.
That's okay.
Just
Let me
leave it alone.
Let me unwrap this.
Just don't fucking touch it.
Just unwrap it.
This is so annoying for everybody listening.
Okay.
Dude,
Let's hear it, let's hear
you're doing so
The
good.
first question that I posted was, "Do you know who Rascal Flatts is?"
it. Rascal. Everyone knows who Rascal.
Well, the
Dude,
bless
life
the
is a highway, man.
bless the broken road. Do you know
Life
that one?
is a highway.
Oh, that's not the fucking song.
No, it totally is though.
What? Wait, what song are you talking about?
Bless the broken road.
God bless the broken road
Honestly,
that led me back to you.
Can
Yeah,
you-
I know that song. Everyone knows that song.
I don't think everyone knows that song.
Will you tell him to
Except
stop
everyone
singing?
on Instagram, 100%.
Yeah, everyone knows the song.
But if someone saw the song on my story and then they saw it, do you know the song? If they didn't know it, they wouldn't fucking say no. They would skip the fucking Instagram. So that's my theory.
My theory is everyone knows that song.
My theory is Zach, you should never sing that song again.
God bless the open road.
No, okay, that's
Okay,
actually a lot better.
Here's one. Here's one. 30 or this is 29 weeks ago. I said, "Do you believe the flood is in the Old Testament was an actual event?"
I've actually given this a lot of thought.
30% said no. 70% said yes. Is the flood an actual
Okay,
event?
but this might be so dumb, and I might get a lot of hate from
It
this.
probably is gonna be.
But I
dumb.
don't think it's not possible to rain for 30 days. Like, even if all the oceans, like, collected rain and just rained for 30 days, I don't feel like it would flood the earth. So maybe if there was, like, a meteor that came and, like, melted all the ice caps.
A meteor.
I've heard there were a lot of people
Zach, that was dumb.
I don't know, some sort
Like,
of,
it
like,
wasn't dumb. It wasn't
some
dumb.
sort of, like, heat wave that melted all the ice caps and then it flooded. That would make more sense. But
There were
Kind
a
of
few
like
people
where
that
we're at right
respond-
now. Like
just
all the,
just like crazy weather that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
seems insane. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where that water would come from.
There were people that responded and said that.
Is that nuts?
I think
Is that nuts to
they
say?
would
I
say
don't
actually-
that not all of the Earth was covered. They would say, actually, not all of the Earth was covered. Just the parts where
Like
Noah
Everest?
was. There were it was just flooded, and there was like an imbalance of water between the ocean and dry land. It had covered most of the dry land. That was most of the argument that I,
I guess
heard.
that's true.
Because physically, where is the water coming from?
That's
is
what-
an excellent question.
That's what I'm
And
trying to think of.
So there's
aren't we
no,
like 80% water? 70?
75%.
70
Zach, how
I'm not
did
a
you
fucking
know that?
scientist.
Did
I
you look
know-
it up, Jamie?
Damien, how much is?
I'm pretty sure it's 75%.
Is it 70?
I know a lot about. I think I know a lot about this stuff.
Zach, you know trees.
I know a lot about trees. I know a shit ton about trees and water.
So
And water.
like what you were saying about your uncle Carlos. What was his name? Curtis.
Dude, honestly, it's Carlos.
Carlos.
Yeah.
So what were you
Is it
saying about
Carlos?
60%.
Yeah, it's Carlos.
60%?
It's 75% water.
Honestly,
No,
The Earth is covered by
Jamie is
60%
75% water.
So the Earth is covered in 75% water.
No, she
Wow.
literally said 60.
I don't
She
think
said
so.
The human body is.
Oh.
Oh, what about the Earth?
Yeah, we don't care
Oh
about
yeah,
the
we're talking
human
about the
body.
Earth.
You guys were talking about.
Sorry. The Earth though. I'm
Honestly-
pretty sure it's 75%.
Earth and body is equal.
Wait, moment of silence. Let's just see. I want this to be very suspenseful.
Zach, you said moment of silence and then you talked right after.
71%.
71%.
That's
Oh,
not
that's
75, you
close.
pussy.
That's 4% off.
What is
What's
it?
4%?
71.
But listen,
Oh,
listen.
That's 4% off.
Okay, I kind of remember people saying the entire Earth was
Flooded.
was covered.
Yeah.
And then some people said
Well, that's
maybe
why we
not
had to
the
have the
entire Earth, maybe just some of the Earth. And then some people said it's fucking bullshit. 30% said it's bullshit.
So 70% said the entire Earth. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying of the 70%, some people thought the entire Earth, some people thought most of the Earth, but there were some, parts of the Earth that were higher than the water from the displacement. What's strange to
It'd
me...
be New Orleans
Are
because
they
they actually have
Okay,
levees.
I don't know. It was.
You know what's crazy,
Where
though?
was Noah at this
I
time?
think you guys
In
just
the boat.
disregarded
He was
what
in
I
the
just
Middle
said
East.
though.
Well, yeah.
In the Middle
Well,
East.
was he by the ocean? Was
Middle
the
East.
ocean?
Okay, but
Middle East.
I had a really funny comment just barely because New
Oh, yeah,
Orleans.
it's funny.
New Orleans is held by levees, and that would be underwater, right?
The fuck is a levee?
Ah, man.
It's held by. You don't know this? I don't know this.
No, listen.
It's
Listen.
actually below sea level. New Orleans. Look it up. Look it
I
up,
believe
Jamie.
you. I believe you. I believe you.
No, I don't think you do. Look it up, Jamie. You don't. He doesn't believe
Jamie,
me.
look it up.
No, listen. When I
Zach,
was
what the? What did he just do? Did he just fuck that around?
I'm a fucking
I
god.
want to punch you in the face
Yes.
right now.
don't do it.
Yes.
Oh, I spilled a little.
Yeah.
It worked so well the
Dude,
first
I'm gonna-
time.
I'm
New
gonna punch you.
Orleans. On my mission,
It's
when I
1.5
I am-
to 3 meters
I'm full of
across.
facts. And
Listen.
also, did you know that Bear Lake they haven't found the bottom?
I get that they
No,
haven't
that's
found the bottom, but
my
that's not
fact.
what I'm talking about.
Let me tell you a little something about Bear Lake.
I want to tell you something. So when I was in, one of the things I learned on my mission was in Northern California, in fucking Mount Shasta, California.
That's where you served.
That's where
Is that
I
where they
lived
make the
for
soda?
6 months. That is where they make the
Is
soda.
it really?
Shasta.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
Honestly, that.
Wait, hold on.
Let me
Continue.
Pause,
Yeah, go
pause,
ahead.
pause,
Go
pause.
ahead. Go ahead.
Is
No.
that where they invented Shasta?
Yes,
Zach, is that where they invented Shasta?
That's what I'm asking.
it is. I said yes.
At Mount
Look it
Shasta.
up.
Jamie, we looked that
Jamie,
up.
So there are people there that believe
I
that
love
when the
Shasta.
flood occurred, there were people that Mount Shasta was so high that the flood didn't cover Mount Shasta, so people lived on the top of Mount Shasta while the flood occurred, and they are now lizard people that live inside the mountain.
Oh yeah,
And
isn't
the only way that you can get inside of the mountain with the lizard people is through harmonizing with a crystal, a purple crystal that you
harmonizing?
have at your house. Like
Okay, we've-
spiritually harmonizing.
we've played
Not
it-
vocally.
Oh.
You spiritually harmonize.
please
with the
stop.
I'm a
crystal.
lizard
Please stop
person.
Are you really?
And so is
Okay,
Justin
wait.
Bieber.
That's a
what I heard.
fucking religion
No,
too.
no, no, no,
That's
no,
how
no.
fucking whack
No,
this
you don't.
shit is.
No. No.
I'm moving on. I'm
No,
fucking
no,
moving
no,
on.
no, no,
Go to the
no,
next
no,
poll,
no,
go to
no,
the
no,
next
no.
Finish your
Okay,
thought.
so we've played enough Minecraft to know what a purple stone is. What is it?
A purple stone?
I don't know.
I don't either.
What are you saying?
All right, I'm moving on.
Okay, go ahead. I was actually trying to think what a purple stone would be on Minecraft, and I can't even think of
I
one.
don't think there is one.
That was a hot take.
All right, I posted a post from someone on Instagram. They quoted some general conference talks. That's so. There's one from Gordon B. Hinckley that says, "I wish to give the entire church the assurance that tithing funds have not and will not be used to acquire City Creek Center, nor will they be used in developing it for commercial purposes." That was in 2003.
Okay, but City Creek is dope.
Okay, but hold
Shout
on.
out
I'm
to
not
City
done.
Creek.
Hold on,
Yeah, I love
hold
City
on,
Creek.
Hold on, I'm not done.
I need to go to the bathroom.
In
real quick.
2020, the church said
Go ahead.
LDS officials
Thank you.
acknowledged that it used Ensign funds, which come solely from tithing, to underwrite construction for City Creek Center Mall in downtown Salt Lake City to rescue Beneficial Life, a church-owned insurance company, but said there was nothing illegal in that. And I asked, if this is true, how does it make you feel? I don't remember any of the responses. I just have the post saved. What I remember is feeling that a little bit, it sounds like a little bit of back and forth action, but I don't remember anything about it, so I don't really want to expand on it. I'm going to move on.
Alright.
I said, does everything happen for a reason? 77% said yes, destiny. 23% said no, coincidence. What do you think, Zach?
I don't think everything happens for a reason. Do you?
Yeah. No, I don't think anything happens for a reason. I think everything's coincidence.
I don't know if it's coincidence, but I feel like everything that happens is what you manifest. Like whatever I feel like a lot of it is just how you're what's the word I'm looking for? It's how I don't know. I can't think-
Coincidence.
not coincidence, but however you're trying to make. I can't think of the word that I want, but I feel like you can make whatever you want possible. And I don't think that's coincidence.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's just like following. That's just like making whatever you want happen. I'm talking about like weird shit that happens in your life.
Just like random stuff, like
random
cancer,
shit.
like getting cancer.
Yeah, is that destiny or is that coincidence?
I
Did
think-
you
okay,
get
like
cancer
random-
by coincidence or by destiny.
I think that's coincidence.
Stop. Give me my skin back.
Stop peeling his skin, Jamie.
Stop peeling his skin, Jamie.
Jamie.
But I feel like that's coincidence, I guess.
Cancer.
Yeah, well,
Or
it's
like
more,
getting your
okay,
dream job or finding your spouse.
Okay,
Like,
but
is that
cancer is mostly
coincidence?
genetics. I think most things boil down to more than a coincidence. It's
Genetics-
more scientific.
But is genetics coincidence or is it destiny?
It's not either. I feel like it's just your genetics. It's
That's
scientific.
what I'm saying. That's-
Okay,
so
I wanna
people are
take
like,
a-
you have your genetics because
I wanna take
of fucking God. God
No.
gave you your genetics, so it's
No,
destiny.
you got your genetics from your parents.
That's coincidence.
That is. I don't feel like. I guess that could be a coincidence.
That's coincidence because what if your mom married somebody else and then you got different genetics?
But
is
she
that
chose-
God?
but
is
she-
that God or is that
But she
coincidence?
chose who she was gonna marry.
Choosing
and
who
I
you
don't
want
think
is
that-
not destiny. That's coincidence.
Okay, I guess it would be coincidence
There you
then.
go. It's coincidence.
But that doesn't seem like.
This is crazy.
I don't feel like that's spot on with coincidence, like the definition term.
Stop.
I
well,
don't-
taking my
coincidence
dad's
coincidence means it's happening by
Look
it's-
it up,
It's
Jamie.
not happening by force. It's not happening by some predetermined outcome. It's happening because of decisions made in those moments. That's coincidence. Coincidence or it's random. It's completely
I feel like
random.
coincidence more is like a random term.
But it's both. But destiny is when you say it's already been laid out for you. When somebody's
I don't.
already
Yeah, I
made
get
that
destiny.
decision.
I get destiny, but I feel like it's somewhere.
So if my mom married somebody, my mom and my dad had me. Was that coincidence or was that destiny? I think that was fucking coincidence. There's no way that it was preordained by anybody.
I don't think it was preordained.
That's
but-
destiny. Preordained is destiny.
no,
They
that's what
had
I'm
me
saying. I don't
through
think it was
coincidence.
destiny.
They had you. Your parents had you through coincidence. If my mom would have married somebody else or not even married, but had me or had another kid with somebody else, it would have been coincidence. That's my belief. I don't think
I
there's.
love how deep you think.
Okay, I believe in more. I think it's more coincidence than if we're just putting it in destiny and coincidence.
Yeah.
And coincidence is definitely what I believe.
I
but
don't think there's any destiny in anything.
I don't feel like.
Okay,
I don't
so
think
let's
there's
talk-
destiny either. I
what
don't
about
feel like
luck?
anything
Do you
is
believe in luck?
preordained.
Luck is coincidence.
Luck is
Luck-
So
coincidence.
you don't believe in luck?
I don't think
I think there's coincidence. I don't think there's. I think
I don't think a person can
coincidence
be just.
coincident. Heidi, will you look up the definition of coincidence?
Yes, please.
I think it's just the way
Jamie.
things occur. It's not because of It's not because
I think it's
somebody's
just-
influenced a decision or an outcome. It's just the way things have happened. What
No,
is
I
it?
think it's just people's decisions.
Coincidence
Just,
is
yeah.
a remarkable concurrence of events or circumstances without apparent casual connection. So things happen without any kind of interference.
I
Things
think-
just happen because they fucking happen.
Okay, but I don't technically believe that. I feel like things happen because of people's decisions, and I don't
Is-
feel like people's decision
But are people's
is
dec-
a coincidence.
Are
But
people's-
it's not preordained
Are
either.
they influenced though by destiny?
No, I don't think it's destiny,
then
but
it's coincidence.
I feel like it's somewhere in the middle. I feel like it's
no.
just-
I think there is. I think Caden, I think you think black and white.
I do.
Why?
think black
Why
and
is
white.
there not a? Why can't there be coincidence?
How is there coincidence and destiny? They're
No.
exact
Okay, no.
opposite.
I'm not
I'm just
thinking.
playing devil's
I'm not
advocate.
thinking destiny at all. At all. I'm thinking things are determined by people's actions, and that feels like more than a coincidence. You know what I mean? I feel like whatever happens is because of other people's decisions. Whatever you want your life to be is made up
But
of
then
your
somebody-
decisions, and that's not coincidence, and that's not destiny.
It has to be.
No, it doesn't have to be
Someone
either
can't
or.
write something out and then say this just happened. It either fucking happened because of coincidence or somebody made you or influenced you to write that. A higher power.
No, because you chose to write that. Your actions made you write that.
But what made you write that?
Your own beliefs, your own thoughts, what you wanted, your
Did
dreams.
those thoughts come from somebody else or did they
No,
come from
they come from
fucking
yourself.
Coincidence.
That's
They just happened.
It seems like something else. It doesn't.
You
It
think
does-
there's something greater than you that's influencing your decisions, your thoughts?
I feel
and
like
your
it's just
beliefs?
you that's what's creating what you believe, what you want is what's making it come to real life. I don't feel like it's a greater being. I don't feel like coincidence just seems like chance. I don't believe it's chance.
It's not. Coincidence isn't chance. It's the way things happen. It's how things happen. coincidence is things that's happening without other people's influence. It's things that
But
happen.
people's influence is everywhere.
What about God's influence though?
God influence can influence people that believe
That's
in God.
destiny.
That believe in God, yes. But I don't.
But the root of this argument is there God influencing our decisions through an ordained destiny, or are things just happening because they fucking happen? And I think there's nothing that is influencing our decisions, because I'm not drunk and ranting and yelling at you guys.
Wait,
because
hold on.
God wants me to. I'm doing it because that's how I feel, and that's just what's happening. I'm influencing.
That's how I feel.
Exactly. That's coincidence.
No,
That
I
doesn't.
want you to argue.
Destiny is God saying you have to.
I don't. Okay.
I
I made it very clear that I don't think destiny is a thing.
But destiny is,
But it seems-
God or a higher power saying,
Yeah, I
this is
get
how
the
this conversation
definitions.
is going to route.
I
This
get
is
the
how this-
definitions.
So there can't be both. And there
I'm not
can't
saying
be a
there
middle
is
ground.
both.
I feel
There
like
can't even be a middle ground.
I'm
Things
just saying
either happen
the only
because
thing.
they fucking happen, or somebody said this is how it's going to happen.
Okay, this is the only thing I'm saying. It sounded like coincidence, sounded more of like randomness. And I feel like it's more than randomness, but it's not like manifest destiny. It's like whatever you want it to be.
That's
like
a
you
big
can,
word.
like you can,
Manifest destiny.
but you can choose what you want it to be. But that feels like more than a
You can't
coincidence.
choose. You can't choose.
You can choose your own destiny.
You can do what you want to do.
Exactly. You can do whatever you want
Is
to
that
do.
destiny or is that
That's
coincidence?
not destiny, but it
I think-
doesn't
I
feel
don't know,
like
I-
a coincidence.
I
That's
think-
what I'm saying. I'm saying there should be something else. I feel like
Exactly.
it's whatever
I think,
you
I
want
think
it to be.
coincidence and destiny is just it's.
Do you see what I'm
it's,
saying,
It's a
Hodge?
weird argument because like it's
I'm
hard
just arguing a third point. I
because
guess.
there's some things that it's like okay that was a crazy coincidence, but like there's some things that's like like maybe that was meant to happen.
That's what I'm saying.
Does
can't
anyone
have
understand
both.
what I'm saying?
Because
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, because if you thought,
Dude, I'll
oh,
fight
look,
you.
No, we're just talking.
No,
We're
no,
just
no, no,
sitting
no.
here
I'll throw
talking.
fists.
If someone said,
No.
if you were like, look, I met my wife. This was a beautiful thing that was supposed to happen. It was destiny. But then fucking you find $100 bill on the ground and say, whoa, what a wonderful coincidence. If you believe in coincidence, you also believe that meeting your wife was a coincidence. It just happened. If you believe that meeting your wife or finding that $100 bill was destiny, then you believe that those things were already determined before they happened.
Okay,
So, okay,
I will,
no,
I will
hear
say
me out.
this one more time.
Okay, so like think.
You can't have both.
Hear me out.
You can think because we're
I'm
insubordinate
not saying
humans
either.
that both can happen.
I'm
but
saying-
you can't logically that because they don't coincide.
No, okay.
They don't both
I'm not
exist.
saying they exist.
So,
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just
Can I
saying
talk?
they
I haven't.
don't
I haven't
exist.
really said anything
But you gotta scoot
elaborated.
back.
Really?
You gotta sit back. Yeah, it's too loud when you talk.
Hello.
You're talking right in the mic like we said you can't do in the beginning.
Oh, okay, right.
You just gotta
So,
talk with a full voice.
Like I'm honestly playing devil's advocate because I like hearing different perspectives and stuff. But like think about say like Elon Musk and stuff. Like that dude was set up or okay, no. Let's switch that. I mean Elon Musk is a good what am I thinking?
He's
Anyways.
an anomaly.
Well,
he's
okay,
a
but like
brilliant human
okay,
being.
think like
That's
Michael
not-
Jackson. That dude was destined for greatness.
No, he was an anomaly to what the standard of humans are. I'm not talented like Michael Jackson. I'm not smart like
All right,
Elon
let me
Musk.
say this then. Let me
I
say this
am
then.
an average. I'm more of an average human. I'm more of what the
Do you
what the
think
norm
Michael
is.
Jordan got to where he was because of the insane amount of practice?
Because of
like the training.
So there-
and
there's
the,
a
wait,
difference-
Hold on, wait,
okay,
the
yeah.
constant training and the just working at it and putting in the hours, or is it just random skill?
because
Well,
there's
like,
there's people
it's not-
who put in
Or
like
not random, but just natural skill.
I think there were definitely genetics and a whole lot of incentive in his brain and in his ethic that came out and obviously produced him one of the greatest
All right,
probably
let
the
me.
greatest basketball player of all time. But
I feel
are
like
you gonna
this is
say
leading to
that,
this.
that a higher power gave him those abilities to make him the greatest basketball player of all time, or is it coincidence that he had those
All
abilities?
right, let me switch
That's
it.
the argument.
Let me
Okay,
switch
we're-
it to this.
Hold on, we're talking about sports podcast now, and we're about to bury our homies right now.
Yeah,
Wait,
fuck
wait, hold on, hold on.
sports syllabus,
Yeah.
Let me switch it to this.
dude. Yeah.
Do you
We're gonna
believe?
bury you guys.
Do you believe in nature or nurture? Then
Both.
both.
So how can?
Do you think it's a 50-50?
I don't know. I think about that all the time. I don't know. I don't
Do you
know
think it's
enough
what
about it.
you're born with or how you were raised?
I think it's both.
I think you were born with what you have, and then the way you are raised influences how those traits inside of you are portrayed or how they develop. I don't know that one is entirely dominant of the other. I really don't think that nature.
I 100% believe that nurture is how your personality comes out. Like I think
Say that again. You said nurture.
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 Like I
is
believe what you're
100%
born with, your
dominant of
genetics.
nature.
I feel like you can be born with great genetics.
So like, do you?
But
think,
how
I
you were
agree.
raised, what you learned through your upbringing, I think that plays a bigger role in
I
who
think
you
that
are
is-
as a person.
like culturally, like with anything, like I kind of agree
Like, that's a
with that.
big argument. Like nature and nurture. Like what influences you as a person the
I
most?
I think it's both, but like nurture is huge. I mean,
I think nurture is the
you're
bigger
raised
influence,
greatly
but I think they both
affects-
play a part.
It greatly affects the way you like your belief system, whether it's you believe the same thing or you don't. But like, I mean, like the LDS religion with you, like you were raised in that religion and now you're kind of against it. But like that is nurture right there. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that's true. That's nurture. That's the things
So-
that I was taught.
so,
So
like,
what do you
learned.
think?
The way like you're raised in cultural, like the culture you're raised in has a
Here-
huge impact.
Let me
of-
to counter that.
beliefs.
I would say I was naturally not for religion or for spirituality.
But you never.
Naturally, I was against it. But I was nurtured I was raised in the church. I was raised to believe in a higher power.
So you think
Okay,
and a
but
different
how
entity.
can you naturally be just born your genetics? How can you just be naturally
That's DNA.
born
so
to be
okay,
against
this-
religion?
this kind of reminds me
I
about like
think you're.
So-
I
some
think the
people
way you think and everything comes from influences from your parents, through friends, through everything you absorb around you. I think your personality, the way you think, I think everything that builds you really is just things that you absorb
life
through
experiences.
your upbringing.
I think I agree with you. I think you're right. But I would also argue that the way that your personality is who you are. My personality is stronger, where I'm able to set my own boundaries and limits to what I accept in religion, what I accept in education, what I accept in my work ethic. But some people don't have a strong enough personality to define themselves. They let their nurture define them. So some
Do
people,
you think that's all it is?
I don't think it's all of it.
But
I think some people think my parents raised me in the church, or they raised me in this practice,
Yeah.
and I am too afraid to defy them, to disobey them, to pursue what I actually believe or how I actually feel. So I'm going to continue in this because that's their nature.
Yes.
Their nature is to conform. My
Yes.
nature is to be strong and kind of controversial.
Okay, but this is where it comes down to. Do you think that's something that you kind of learned throughout your life, on your mission,
No,
just throughout experiences? Or was that something that you think you were just born with?
I was born to be prideful, a little bit more prideful, a little bit more
a dominant personality is what you're born with.
dominant. Yeah, I have a really strong personality.
Yeah,
I
but-
know what makes me feel good. I know what I don't like.
But I think
and I'm not
okay,
afraid to say.
hold on,
or
can
to do.
I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So like for you, because like I don't know, I think one of my skills is like being observant of other people, and I think you definitely were born with a dominant personality. I mean, you had that personality of like people gravitating towards that. But like you said something about being kind of controversial and stuff. I think that's nurture, and you kind of learn that. You liked seeing people of like like I see him being controversial and seeing that stuff, and I kind of like I'm gravitating towards that.
That's fair. That's fair. I won't. And yeah.
Okay,
I
let
don't
me
know
just
how
say
I
this.
portray
What do
myself
you
entirely.
think? So, what do you think is more dominant then in your upbringing? Was it nature or nurture?
They go hand in
Dude,
hand
Nate,
for me.
They really do. Like I feel.
But what
I
do you?
feel-
Okay, I get that.
For myself, I think
Honestly, I feel like they both play a part, but I
Yeah.
just want to know which one is more dominant. do
when
you
I was a
think?
vulnerable young adult, or even just a young person, nurture was so much more influential.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't who I am now. I wasn't as confident or persuasive as a person back then to say this is how I feel. This is what I think. This is what I want to do. I was afraid of my family's reaction. I was afraid of my friends' reactions, and how I would be perceived by other people. I was afraid as a young
judged so
person, but
hard.
now I'm older, and I do have naturally a more confident and prideful personality.
And you think you were
I'm not
just born
afraid
with
to.
that?
that's natural for me. That's nature for me, at least. I think some people can learn to be confident, to learn to be like
I think you learn whatever you
steadfast in
wanted
their-
to be. Yeah.
But some people are not. Honestly, I really don't think everybody's able to say, "This is who I am. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do." Some people are completely conformative and will say,
But I
"This
think
is how I feel," but I'm not going to do it because I'm afraid of these influences. I'm afraid of this reaction.
yeah.
So I'm going to stay in this kind of this attitude, these actions, just to make this group of people happy.
But that's
To
how
make
that's
them
what
happy.
that's what I think. That's how I think they were raised.
This may
That's
not.
what I'm thinking.
Okay.
No, I think
They
that's
weren't.
nature.
No, I think. Okay,
This-
yeah,
this
we
may
disagree,
not-
but I think that's nurture to me.
This
I
may
think
not-
that's
people
more.
don't get taught to be conservative.
No,
to
it's
be-
not exactly what you're taught. It's mostly how you feel when you're raised. How you just absorb things. How you, I don't know. It's how you're raised. It's how you take things in. How like subconsciously you kind of absorb things. It's kind of how it builds your personality.
I
So you kind of like see things that are like disagree with how you're raised or how you're thinking, and some people take that more to heart, and they're more secluded in their things that they want to come out about.
there are we know people that have grown up in the church that are in the position where they feel something against the church or their religion and decide to stay in because of social pressures and because of how people will view them or because of their relationships. They're afraid of their relationships.
But that's nurture.
That's nature. That's not always that's not always nature. Some people are taught that to keep their relationships
So you just think
valuable.
more people are more confident about coming out.
Some people are.
So
Some people are.
you
I'm
think-
confident enough to say, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I'm willing to do, this
Alright.
is what I'm not willing to do. Some people aren't willing to say that. They'll say, in their heads, they'll say, this is how I feel, but I'm not willing to do that because of these relationships. And this is. And,
But maybe
and these
people are
things
just
going on.
born and raised more.
Conservative.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You could be taught
It's honestly,
conservatism.
this argument can go on forever.
For
Nature
sure.
and nurture has gone on for years. But
I don't think
Well, it'll go on forever.
Yeah.
one is more dominant than the other. I think they always will coincide.
They go
what you're
hand in
taught.
hand.
they
But
definitely go in hand. But I mean, I definitely think nurture plays a bigger part.
I would.
Nurture.
Nurture.
Oh yeah, I would say nature goes.
You really do.
The person that you are.
I would say nurture.
At least for me, the person that I am is more dominant than
Let me
any
ask this
influence
then.
that I
What do
have.
you think?
But you
what do
can't.
you think
can't
brings
affect that
that
person.
brings that?
It's my personality.
Do you think it's
I don't give a
genetics?
fuck about what people say. I know
Yeah,
how
yeah.
I feel about what's happening. I'm not afraid to say I agree with that or I disagree with that.
But
That's
do you-
my personality.
Is that okay? So you think it's nature, right?
To me, it's nature.
Okay, but
But
like,
what brings on that? Is that just genetics?
That could be genetics. It could be genetics. It could even be nature telling you to listen to your natural to your nature.
Yeah,
I
guess.
I'm fortunate enough to have family that will say, listen to how you feel. Go with your gut.
Exactly.
It's-
That's nurture.
That's nurture. That's nurture. But that's taught me to listen to my nature. I think people will be happier if they listen to their nature more than their nurture. Because when you're true to your nature, when you're true to yourself, you get to fulfill the things that genetically make you happier.
I get what you're saying.
That's
I
my
do.
perspective.
But
I
I
think we
don't.
need to move on though.
All right,
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can move on.
That's a good point though. Glad you brought that up. I gotta pull back up where we were at. All right. I also
You have something you want to say? Hold on.
No, I,
you look a little stressed.
dude, so.
Your hat just fell off.
Do you have a drink? Are you good,
No, I'm great.
Zach?
I got it. I just poured myself some whiskey,
Okay.
so
So
I gotta-
I don't know. I really
Get out of
did
here.
I'll be right back.
have fun.
Where's your wife?
I
Is
don't
she
know.
okay?
Yeah, I'll go check on her. Actually,
Jamie!
I'll wait for a sec.
Jerry.
Everyone's like, is Hudge married to Jamie?
Yeah.
He's married to Heidi.
Yeah, no, Mary Jamie.
Yeah, I married Jamie.
One thing I posted 20 weeks ago was, how old is the Earth?
Ooh,
This is a fun question.
that's a hot take.
So, current science will say the Earth is millions of years old. I don't think billions, but
Which
millions
is
of years
like
old.
it's crazy to think like we're such like we average 80 to maybe 100 years of life. That is like minuscule to how old or like any history.
The Earth
to
has
be
been
played
around
out.
forever, dude.
It's crazy.
Millions of
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And there's been life on the Earth for millions of years, and there's been primitive hominoid, not hominoid, hominid.
Humanoid.
I can't
Homonym.
remember the word. Hominid.
I don't know.
Human-like
I don't know what
people
you're saying.
on the planet, for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. That's what science believes. But when you talk to Mormons, they think that humans.
Okay, let's not just say Mormons, but
no,
like
it's
religious.
mostly Mormons.
Okay.
Mormons will say that that Adam and Eve were on the planet 4,000 BC, 6,000 years ago. They'll say that Adam and Eve were put in the Garden of Eden, or at least they left the Garden of Eden 6,000 years ago, which means that the earth and dinosaurs and all of the vegetation that has come and gone for millions of years happened before the very first humans were placed on Earth.
Well, what about like Jurassic Park? Because that's a true
Wait, what?
story.
Okay, so
Jurassic Park is not a true story.
No,
what's
it
the
is.
question?
I posted a question that said, how old is the Earth? And
Oh, it's old. It's old.
So science will say the Earth
It's
is
like
old
billions.
as fuck. At least millions. I don't know about billions, but millions.
Let me look
at
it.
least.
I'll be the person.
Jamie.
For Jamie. I'm pretty sure it's billions.
Did you see
Yeah,
Heidi out there?
where's Jamie? I'll go find
She's on the
Jamie.
couch.
Okay. Is she okay?
I'll be right back.
No, she's
Go
fine.
check on her.
How old is the Earth?
Okay.
Here's the-
Okay, keep going. Keep going. while I look
well,
this up.
what I'm saying is
Oh, actually, hold on. Let me say this. So it is billions. Science says that it's 4.5 billion years old.
the Earth is.
The Earth is.
That's what science says. And even Mormons would say, okay,
So it is billions. That's what I
Creation-
thought.
creation happened. No, hold on. Keep your phone out though.
Okay.
Creation happened. Creation started. Okay, 4 billion years ago.
4.5. Yes.
God started creating the earth 4 billion years ago. Now Google, what's wrong? Did you just kick my fucking door?
Oh, I just fixed it.
Thanks.
What were you saying?
How old are the first humans? Because Mormons will say that Adam and Eve, the first humans on earth are.
Well, I think that's a hard
6,000
question.
It's not a hard question.
It is.
It's not a hard question.
Okay, but it is.
No, but okay. Listen,
'Cause
there are
It,
different
dep-
species.
it depends
of,
on what you're talking about. If it's
There are
religion,
different-
it's very fixed.
that's
if
what
you're
I'm
talking
saying. though.
science, it's very.
But that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, so what are you saying?
I'm saying that. So when I asked how old is the Earth, I wanted to ask how. I really meant how old are humans? How long have humans been around?
Okay.
Science will say hundreds of thousands of years, if not millions of years. The
So
first
it
humans
says
that are not related to Homo sapiens.
160,000 years.
Google how old are Homo sapiens.
160,000.
So there are different types of humans. And,
That is the most recent fossil we found, or like the oldest fossil we found.
160.
160.
So
So that's scientific.
that's
160.
science. 160.
Yes.
What we know is that humans have what science. Okay, this is the fucking weird thing. Science will say humans have been around for 160,000 years and have evolved over that time into
That's
who
just
we
the
are
first
today.
fossil. Yes.
Now, there's also a species of humans.
There's 6. There's 6 species of humans at the beginning.
What's the one with the E? What's the human species with the E? Will you Google that?
I'll Google.
Type in other human species.
Eastern.
No.
Are you
I
sure?
want to say eucalyptus, but that's a plant. Other human species. Those humans have been around were around for 1 million years before Homo sapiens. Homo erectus, that's what they're called.
Okay.
We're doing a fucking podcast.
Hey, come on in. Come on in. Oh,
Well,
you
pour
bought
us a
those.
shot then. We're talking about Homo sapiens.
Okay. Let me
guys
say
want a
this real
shot?
quick. Yes, I do want a shot.
What do you want?
What do you have? Porn star?
Just pull it out. Just pull it out. We're doing something, so pull it out.
Okay, so I was right. There were 6 types of early humans. There were 6. Thank you so much.
Hey,
What is this? The porn
Connor,
star?
I'm
What's
the
this called?
porn
I'm gonna be
star
honest. Do you have
shot.
Do you have the arch tattoo? Or is that
The what?
the arch tattoo? Okay, you need to show Heidi that, and she really wants to get the same one, and she's like, I can't do this. I can't do it.
I want to hear. Keep going.
Okay, so there were 6 types of early human species.
Babe, I just told you.
Hudge, will you?
Hudge.
Hudge, close that door.
Hudge, shut that.
Hudge, close that door.
No,
Or
honestly,
go
I'm
out.
not going to. Okay.
Okay, so there was the Homo habitus, the handyman, the Homo erectus, the
Homo
upright.
erectus.
That was the upright man. At least that's what it says.
That's our ancestor. That's our closest ancestor.
That is, I think that's the one that prevailed. The
No,
Homo,
that's the one. Okay, keep going.
the Homo Neanderthalis. Anyways, the Homo. Anyways, there's a bunch.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch.
And then there's Homo sapiens,
Yep.
or modern humans, and I think that's the one that
That's who we are.
the Homo sapiens. Yes.
We are Homo sapiens. But at a time,
Dude,
The wise man is.
I'll
what
let
they're
you
called.
continue, but like, speaking, we're huge Joe Rogan podcast fans,
I
obviously.
listen to Joe Rogan.
I love Joe Rogan. Well, we used to listen to Chris D'Elia, rest in peace.
Recipes.
Yes, R.I.P. For sure.
Rip. But he actually, I listened to podcasts about talking about like different human species, and there used to be like an inferior human species, and we used to hunt them. Dude, that's messed up.
No, it's not.
There was 6. There was
No,
6 different.
No,
Zach
human
just
it
read
species.
them off.
is.
No, because
Yeah, I
No,
read about
because
this.
So
It's-
you think it's okay? Okay, so like say you.
Well, they were barbaric. They were barbaric. They were.
So that makes it okay to kill them?
I'm not saying it was okay.
it's okay or it's not okay. I'm saying
But
it
You just said
happened.
it was okay.
It's okay.
This was 100,000 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
We were organized.
Yes, it
And we
was.
were
It was 10.
ethical.
10 what?
Million.
10 years ago? You think it was 10 years ago? No, it was not 10 years ago.
Listen,
I honestly don't have Jamie. I can't fact check this.
Zach just Googled.
I
this.
just googled it.
Listen.
There were
Okay.
6. There were 6
There were
different
6 main
types.
humans.
Human species.
Listen. Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
I don't want to do this. It's called Porn Star. Oh wait, let me read it. It's
That's like your name, Zach.
I am a porn
That's-
star. It's
your
raspberry.
profession.
It's vodka with artificial flavors and certified
God.
color added. So it's a raspberry.
Oh my
basically.
god, it smells like hand sanitizer.
It's probably vodka.
Can we talk about? Okay.
Wait,
can-
there's 2 different sides.
Can
Well,
we?
then you gotta shoot both of them. One's the vodka, one is the fucking sweet.
Can we? Can we take a break from this? Hot
Let's
take
take this
real quick?
shot real quick.
I think it's time to talk about Steez and what we're gonna do to him
No,
tonight.
we have to finish this thought first.
Okay.
About the humans.
All right, first cheers.
Cheers, boys, to the fucking porn stars. Then we'll
Steve.
watch porn on the VRs.
That was pretty gross.
And
I did not
boom,
enjoy
goes
that. That was a
dynamite.
gross ass shot.
Oh.
Aw, sweetie.
All right, Keaton. What was your point? What was the question?
My point is, science says that for don't say a word.
I'm not
for
saying shit.
100,000 years, 100,000 years ago, Homo sapiens lived and intermingled with other human species like Homo erectus that
Almost-
lived
yeah.
for 1 million years before Homo sapiens.
I don't
and
know.
no, I promise. I read a book
Okay,
called
yeah,
Homo
go ahead,
sapiens.
go
Okay,
ahead.
but
No,
did you live back then?
I didn't live. I read the book about somebody who studied.
So
back
it's
then.
true.
So it's probably
What about the
fucking
Bible?
true. It's
You
it's
read
a
the
Greek-
Bible? Is it true?
No, it's not. That's definitely not true. Listen.
That's a hot take.
That's not a hot take. That's science. listen to what I'm trying.
I'm just trying to
listen-
like stir you up.
I know you are. Listen to what I'm saying. Humans, Homo sapiens, as we know them today, lived with other human species 160,000 years ago. We,
Yes.
for some reason, are the only ones that prevailed. We're like the golden retriever that lived with fucking
Dixie.
with fucking schnauzers, miniature schnauzers, regular schnauzers.
have-
And
okay.
for some reason, all
That's
of the
biased because
all
you have
of-
both dogs.
I love them both, but for some reason, all of the schnauzers died. Golden retrievers were the only species that survived. That's us. We're the humans, Homo sapiens. We're the only human species that survived. 160,000 years ago is when Homo sapien bones were first found, or whatever you said. Now, we're just fucking drunk, and we're just having a good time. Listen, now, when you talk about Mormons, Joseph Smith said that 6,000 years ago, Adam and Eve were on the planet and at the very least left the Garden of Eden 6,000 years ago. That's a 154,000 year difference between what science says. In my head, one of them is entirely wrong. One of them is entirely wrong. If there's an entire educational, scientific program that believes that human species lived before then how can humans have lived 6,000 years ago? It's insane to me. It's insane to me.
It's definitely one or the other.
It's definitely one or the other. It's not like it was close. It wasn't even fucking close.
Let me say this then. Do you believe in spirituality and like a higher being, or do you think? Okay, let me say this. Do you think that it's spirituality? Do you believe in spirituality, or is it just?
So are we moving over to God versus no talk? God versus no God talk right now?
I think that's what Zach's
I guess
asking.
kind of. No, I'm kind of asking. Do you think it's religion that you think is wrong, or do you think it's just spirituality as a whole? Do you think there's no spirit? Do you think that after you die, it's just over?
I'm willing to admit that I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
It's fair because
no one has any idea.
No, but that's the thing. Some people say they do know, and they say I do know, and this is what you have to do.
But that's the difference. Okay,
that's
so
the difference.
This is where
I'm not willing to say that I know.
Okay, I haven't.
Okay,
this is where we kind of agree. Is like a belief makes. So like if you believe there's a God, which I do, but like. If you believe there's a God and you believe there's an afterlife, that makes it a belief. It doesn't mean you absolutely know. I feel like if say like God were to return right now or something, I don't think there's one person on this planet that would say, like it doesn't shock me at all. Like I think someone would be like, "Oh man, sweet, I'm right."
But some people, I hear what you're saying, and I don't mean to I don't mean to like sound like a know-it-all or be a dick about
it's okay,
people
you
that
are.
believe in religion or believe in spirituality. I don't. Not
I don't
because
either, but
I don't think that there is. It's because I don't know that there is. I don't.
It's understandable.
I can't say that there is. I'm not gonna say. I will never say there is a God. There's a higher power. There's spirituality. There's a heaven. Because I don't know.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of shit.
It's not because I don't want there to be. I want there to be a
Of course, everyone wants there to be.
Everybody wants.
You don't want
wants
it to
what
be.
they want.
You don't want it to be darkness after you die. Okay,
but here's the thing. I don't care if there's darkness after we die.
Let me say this though. Have you ever seen? I know it's just a TV show. Have you ever seen The Good Place?
I watched a few episodes.
Heidi watches it.
Spoiler alert!
Really good.
Spoiler alert! At the end, it's kind of like they finally figure it out, and everyone gets to go to the good place, which is essentially heaven.
And they don't even say the H word.
No, they just say the good place.
The good place.
So you get to go to the good place, and everyone that was essentially bad has a chance to redeem themselves and make it to the good place. But once you're there, it kind of like when they first arrived, everyone that was at the good place kind of just was over it.
Once they got there?
Like, you got to the good place, and then you did everything you wanted to do. You gotta live your dream. You gotta do everything you wanted to do. And then after, like, even after a few hundred years, it was like, you're done. Like, you did everything. You did everything you wanted to do.
Yeah,
right?
That's heaven.
And you're just kind of done with it. You're bored. And then they kind of introduced this idea at the end of the episode, at the end of the whole series, that it was like, once you were done in heaven, like once you did everything you wanted to do, you could choose to just go back to the universe. Just be done. Just go to eternal sleep. Just like nothingness.
Dude, sleep
and eventually...
We already took ours.
You
want another one?
No.
No, I'm pretty...
I've had like 5 shots.
I'm pretty drunk. It was pretty gross.
They all taste like ass.
Do you want to try a better one?
I'll try a better one.
You gotta mention Twisted Shots sponsored. Sponsored by
I don't sponsor Twisted Shots.
I feel like
this is
you gotta
sponsored
back off
by
the mic.
Twisted
Back
Shots.
off the mic.
Connor, don't
Why?
back off the mic. Honestly,
It's
are
too
we
loud.
Are you guys getting matching tats? Because I'll get matching tats.
What do you want?
she gets me.
Same thing.
All right, I think I made my
That's so
point.
gangster.
Please go get him.
I just feel like at the end.
Oh, just us.
Let me just say,
Don't touch the mic.
I'll allow
I just feel like at the end of the day, I feel like heaven. I don't know. I feel like it would get old. I feel like that show did a really good job of depicting what heaven
Some
would be
people
like.
believe you.
I feel like at the end you would just get kind of old of it. Even after 1 billion years of being in heaven, you would just be like, I'm done.
Unless it's
I'm ready-
eternal peace.
okay.
We don't know what eternal
I'm ready
peace
to go
feels
to
like.
eternal
Okay,
peace.
what
Well, I
about-
feel like
We don't know what
eternal.
eternal peace feels
What
like.
if we're all kicking it for 1 billion years? I'd be like,
but we don't know what eternal peace.
How
was
long
like.
have we been alive? 25, 24 years?
And
But
I'm
we-
still
Dude,
not
already
over
it sucks. It fucking sucks.
But imagine the best. Time,
Imagine a billion years.
Imagine the most peaceful time that you've ever had. Here's what's
Okay,
weird
but-
for me.
but
imagine
people-
the most peaceful time, happy time that
Where'd
you've
you
ever
get
had.
this?
It's
They give
not.
it to me.
It's not the same that. It's not the exact same peaceful or happy time that someone else has had. In fact, your
gonna get
peaceful
closer.
and happy time,
I need to get more controversial.
your peaceful and happy time could be somebody else's miserable, unhappy time.
For sure.
That's-
Heaven is different for everybody.
Exactly. So
I
how
get
could
that.
there be one place for everybody?
Well-
if we all come down here with fucking
I
different
can-
personalities,
I can get heaven. I can get like a different feel for everybody. I get how heaven can be different.
but
for
how can there be
everybody.
one heaven for everybody?
Well, everyone can find their own peace. I believe that. But
That's
But how can
heavy.
there be
That's
one
heavy.
place?
That hit me.
but let me say
What
this.
if my heaven is fucking Buffalo Wild Wings?
And I would go.
But
because
all
I-
But some people hate Buffalo Wild
But
Wings.
all I'm saying is everyone.
because they don't know what to order.
Okay. Everyone has their favorite restaurant, but if you go there every day for a billion years,
Yeah.
you're gonna fucking hate that place.
That's what I'm saying.
So eventually, everything gets
Bet.
old.
Bet.
For humans,
All I'm saying is everything.
Bet. That dessert nachos is insane.
I'm just
I
saying.
agree with you. I totally agree with you.
I'm just saying, if you haven't watched The Good Place, they have a perfect depiction of what I believe. Like at the end, everyone.
We haven't gotten deep into your beliefs, Zach, and I'm curious about it. We don't need to talk about it right
My
now. but, like,
beliefs?
yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
And well, I mean, like, even this conversation has been really interesting for me because, like, when it comes to like religion and stuff, it's always been kind of like a touchy subject because we were raised in Utah and stuff, and I don't know. It's either like you have one belief or a belief that may not be right, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's really interesting to hear your side, and like, you've had like a lot of interesting things to think about. I like it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know. I don't know what to think or believe. Like nobody really knows.
And that's
Some people will claim to know,
So,
but I don't know if anyone actually knows.
my view is, and I think that's okay. Like if you don't
Yeah.
know, that's okay. Like
Here's the
do.
thing.
well,
Nobody knows.
My belief on this
Yeah.
planet is like
People say
we're
that they
here.
know.
People
We're
have
here to
beliefs
learn. Like
and ideas and wants. I feel like above all, it's just what you want. Like of course, like you
Exactly.
want there to be heaven. You want there to be more. You don't want there to be empty. You don't want to believe that when you die, it's just blackness. Nobody
Yeah.
wants that at their core.
What I want the most is I want my feelings of happiness and relationships to last forever. I want this friendship to last forever. That's what I
podcast
want.
to go on.
I
for
don't care if there's a
billions of
God.
years.
I don't care if there's a heaven. I don't care if there's a fucking
Yeah.
afterlife. I want a relationship and the feeling that I have as an individual to last forever.
But that's
if that's
okay.
what it is.
Yes. But that's what you hold like dearest.
I don't worship. I don't tell you to pay 10% of your income because that's
Okay.
what I want.
Okay, but religion.
Why not?
Religion is different. I don't.
Religion is. This
Religion
is
is
what you should
all-
believe, though.
I think spirituality and religion to me are different. Like I don't.
They are different,
I don't.
but people will make them the same
Yes.
thing.
Okay, spirituality I think is beautiful. Like if you
I could
believe,
agree with that.
I think if you believe in like more than just what there is and like seek out other truths, I love that. But like I don't know, I don't really love religion. I feel like religion is kind of like telling you what to believe, and if you don't do this, like you're going to go to hell, and if you don't do this, you go to heaven. I feel like religion's kind of just like
Religion
it
is,
feels really corrupt to me, and I don't hate people that do it.
yeah.
Like I respect people that go to church and stuff, but to me, I feel like it's different, and I just don't totally understand the religion side. But I love the spirituality side. I think that's beautiful.
Religion is tainted spirituality.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there's one thing that like I know for a fact, and it's like I think we've all done a really good job at that, and that's
I'm so
Like-
fucking drunk.
I'm actually not that drunk.
Keep going, Hudge. I'm so sorry.
seriously like I'm
I'm
so
re-
sick of you interrupting.
I'm really sorry.
I'm
Keep going,
gonna
Ash.
walk out.
I'm
Go
really
ahead.
sorry. I am really sorry.
So, no, I think like spiritually, and like we're getting super deep. But, like-
really deep.
We really are, but like, we've all learned, like, in my opinion, one of the most important things in life, and that's loving people, no matter what.
At least to each other,
I agree.
That's the thing. Like,
to us, to our
I-
friendship.
we,
Yeah.
as a friend group, has learned to love people no matter what. No matter what your beliefs are, we've loved each other. As long as, like,
Yeah.
we have a good time and you're not affecting anyone, that's what it's all about.
You know what? That's what I think is crazy.
And that's one of the big lessons, in my opinion, that's one of the biggest lessons you could learn in life is, you know, kind of being open-minded. And we're all here to learn. This is all, it's a learning experience. I mean, this
yeah.
life is so crazy. We
all don't know what we're doing.
I mean, even
No one knows what
2020,
they're doing.
2020 has been insane, but we should be there for each other.
Yeah.
And that's the lesson for me is
I
like, I'm unsure about a lot of things and I can't really commit to something that I'm unsure about, but there's one thing I'm sure about, and that is just loving people as much as you can.
And no,
And that's
that's
the
what's
thing.
beautiful, man. Is that I've always, when I was raised in the church, I always learned that it was like, you can only really be a good person if you went to church. Like, that's what I believed at my core. That's what I was taught. And like, that's where your morals come from. Like, you can't be really moral unless you went to church. But I think being a good person is just respecting each other. And I think that's more than just going to church.
That was one of the best lessons I learned on my mission.
Yeah.
Thinking
Like, people that I didn't even go to church with
Yep.
had so much love and respect for other people and kindness.
Yep.
And I think that's what it means to be a good person. I think it's just helping one another. And I don't think you have to be...
Yep.
I don't think you have to go to church for that. I really don't.
I thought the exact same thing. I thought for a long time to be a good person was to be a Mormon, to
And
go
learn
to
the
church,
morals,
to pay your
learn those
tithing,
morals.
to follow the morals to the T. The closer you followed the rules, the better person you were. And I went on my mission and I taught that principle to people. And I learned, people would come back to me and say, "No, I don't have to do that. I'm still a good person. I still give charity. I still give service.
People...
I take care of my
yeah.
family. I have good relationships. I don't need to pay tithing. I don't need to go to the temple. I don't need to stop drinking alcohol or to stop smoking cigarettes or marijuana to be a good person. I am a good person in spite of those things."
Yeah.
That was one thing that taught me, wow, I can be a good person in spite of my flaws, in spite
Yeah.
of my passions, in spite of the things that turn me on.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that religion, at least the Mormon religion, has done for me has shamed me for my sexuality, for my family's sexuality, for the things
Dude.
that
Yeah,
make
that
me
was big for me, man.
absolutely. And I've talked about it before, but as even just as a young male adult having compulsive what is the word?
Compulsive?
Compulsive, being compulsive teenager, horny as fuck is what I'm looking for.
Well, every teenager
Wanting
is horny.
to look at porn, wanting to touch girls, wanting to touch myself, made me feel guilty as fuck.
Didn't it just tear you apart?
Tear me apart because I would want to feel those things as a young adult, as an adolescent kid, and I felt like I couldn't because I would be disobeying God. I would be shaming my family. Shaming
And when you did it, it was
myself.
like the most... It was honestly the
heartbreaking.
most heartbreak I've ever felt in my life.
Dude, it was heartbreaking, but you're exactly right. And and all I've learned is it's entirely natural for a young man to have sexual compulsions, and even young women to, I don't know what it's like to be a young woman, but to have sexual desires and to want to be intimate, to want to have an orgasm. What the fuck are you laughing at?
This is getting weird. Let's talk about it. We're going.
What? You've never felt those things before?
No, but like talking about it's
It's
interesting.
weird because we've been. This is the nature. This is the nurture thing. We've been taught not to talk about it. We've been taught that it's wrong to talk about sexuality. It's wrong to talk about what you're feeling. To talk about your sexual desires. It's wrong. People have taught us it's wrong our whole lives.
And
that's our fucking culture.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
There's a layout. There's a layout.
There's a way to live. There's a way to behave. There's a way to engage
what you need
with
to
relationships.
want. Yeah.
What you want. It's insane. It's insane.
That's the
We are designed for sex. Our bodies, our biological structure
Yeah.
is designed for sex. That's it. That's it.
That's really-
We're designed for sex. We're designed to reproduce, to have kids, to carry on our DNA.
That's really
and
getting-
we've been taught.
This is getting heavy.
No, I'm
I-
fucking serious.
No, I know.
We've been
All I'm
taught
saying is-
to withhold it. We've been taught not to talk about it, to not practice it because of some higher moral principle. It's outrageous. It's outrageous.
This is
I
what
think
this
that-
is what I like about you. Like you have, like Caden is so like you're your own takes. It is so awesome. Like we've had
But it's so
so
true.
many conversations about like deep conversations, and like we learn so much from each other. I think it like
I
it's
agree.
so it's fascinating because like I don't know like we have been we've been the close not the close but like we've been one of the closest friends of all time, I'd say.
I agree.
Like we have been inseparable since junior high. And like even like our beliefs are maybe like a little different, but like we learn from each other. And I love that so much because like
Oh, yeah.
you say like some things that's like, like that's interesting. And like we hear each other out, and that's like it's so important because like we're just humans. We're learning.
We're just humans that we want to fuck and we want to fight.
And like I
And
learned
that's
from
our
you and you
nature.
learn from me. Like
right.
it's
That's
I
like
don't know,
the
I love
most
it.
basic of nature that
Yeah.
you can get.
Now we live in this higher society where we have to withhold our intentions, we have to withhold our desires.
Our nature.
We have to withhold our nature because there's some higher standard that we have to live
But I feel
to
like-
impress other people.
No. But I also feel like that's good.
Why?
I feel like nature. I feel like just being barbaric in nature and just wanting sex and like your desire. I don't feel like it's bad to like express your sexuality at all. But I feel like where we're going is very progressive and very good for as a society, because it's good to know. I don't. It's good to know.
I agree with I
It's
agree.
good to know where we're going, and it's good to know when to express those natural desires.
I totally agree, and I don't mean to say that we should be, we should just tear down the
No, I know.
the
As a,
system that we've created.
no, of course, but as a young adolescent,
I
like
think
in
we
your
can learn
teenage
something-
years, it's definitely true.
But
Like
here's
you're
the-
feeling all these new things.
So
like,
I think we can learn something from the system though. Does that make sense?
But here's the thing. Here's the problem. The system is corrupt.
I can see that, but like
well,
The
everything
system is fucked up.
everything is corrupt.
okay, no,
That's-
but let's learn from it. Like let's,
Nothing. Okay,
Okay, so we've had this system longer than we've been alive. Let's learn from it. Maybe it's corrupt. Maybe like
what system are
there's
we
things-
talking about?
the
It
system in
sounds like
general.
we're talking about system,
Like a-
like
a religious?
Social, no,
No,
we're talking
we're-
about just social.
Honestly, like okay,
interaction
we've
with
talked about like a
everybody.
lot
Okay,
about
system.
religion and stuff, but like let's talk about everything. I mean, like okay, so we have, I mean, we've had this system. We were born in this system. Say like government or anything. Let's learn from it. Maybe it's corrupt, maybe it's not, but like we're learning. Let's learn from it.
Yes, I think you should learn
That's what I'm.
from everything. Like even government has been designed for years and years and very
Yeah.
wise people, but it always can be better.
But
Yeah.
okay, now I'm kind of like going off subject, but like I think this is such an interesting time with our government in 2020 because we see like our amendments and stuff, like right to bear arms and stuff, kind of. It's interesting. Like there's a lot of it's back and forth of just
It's
like
flexible.
yeah.
But some
like
people are not flexible.
at one point, like what point do we change our amendments? Like because back then it made sense, but like life evolves and goes on. In my opinion, I think we need to change our amendments, and we need to stay true to like what our country is. And I'm getting
No,
kind
I
of-
think
So do you
I
think we
agree.
should get rid of guns?
no.
Is that what you're talking
I
about?
think that
Beyond guns, I think we need to.
we don't even need to talk
we need
about
to be
guns,
true
but
to ourselves as the animals that we are.
Yeah,
Because
we're all
we're
just
not
human. We're not
life
designed to
changes.
sit behind-
So-
Yeah,
to
we're not
sit-
these sentinel beings that are perfect. We're
One-
human.
One of the things
Like,
I
we're
really
very
appreciate right
barbaric.
now, in like I kind of wanted to talk about is like Black Lives Matter right now, and I know it's like it's a tough,
Hmm.
it's a really touchy subject right now, and I've never been a minority, but like I'm all for, like, if someone feels like a minority, let's address it. And like,
Nobody should feel like a minority.
no, exactly.
Especially
and
now.
And that's the thing. And
Especially
honestly,
now.
like,
it's insane.
so like
It's
this,
insane to think that another human can feel insubordinate to another human.
yeah,
It's insane to think that
Well,
racism
that's the
is
thing.
still a thing right now.
it makes me sad. And like, and I wanted to talk about, like, okay, so like Colin Kaepernick, when he first started doing it, like it kind of pissed me off. It was like, you know, like, you're
the kneeling
disrespecting
thing?
you're disrespecting the
But did you
troops
hear
and stuff.
about
But
the
like,
whole story with that?
well, okay, and I want to talk about that because now it's like, okay, they're raising awareness and they're not doing it out of disrespect. They're doing it for awareness, and I really respect that. And I think when it comes to, I mean, I'm a white male born in the United States. I've never been a minority. So like,
Yeah, you've
who?
been persecuted ever.
Yeah, and like who? Sorry, I need to finish. But who am I to be like, you know, that's disrespectful? Because I have no idea what a minority has been through.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm gonna support these guys. Like, if they feel like they are the minority, let's support them because we all really are equal. And I actually saw a sign today, and it was really interesting to me, and it said, "All lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter."
Yeah, I've heard that.
And it's, I don't know, it kind of hit me. Where it's like, you know, let's hear everyone out. Like, if Black Lives, if an African American feels like their life doesn't matter, let's hear them out. Now is the time. And especially, okay, now we're moving on from like women's rights and stuff, because this day and age is so important for African Americans or any minority and women right now. Because, okay, say like me and you, our favorite comedian is Chris D'Elia, right?
Was. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And women, like, we've gotten to this point where women, they finally have a voice. And like, let's celebrate that. But like, we all need to hear each other out. And like, I kind of got off subject, but I don't know. I just think like we're in such an important time, and I understand like change is really uncomfortable for some people, especially when it comes to older people. But when it comes to Black Lives Matter and stuff, like let's hear each other out.
Yes.
We've never been a minority. Like, United States is
never know.
predominantly white
Yeah.
people. Let's hear these people out. Black lives do matter. Everyone matters. So like, let's hear this out. This is such a big time in society.
And I feel like, honestly, the majority, maybe I'm wrong, but the majority of Americans do feel the same way. Like, we
I
do
agree.
stand behind it. But this is the thing where the whole Kaepernick thing.
Yeah.
Like, the first time he really protested, he sat on the bench during the...
And it pissed everyone off.
But then he sat down with somebody that served and like went to war and stuff, and he was like, "Hey man," like they didn't have an argument, they had like a heart to heart.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. And he was like, he heard him out. And then it turned to this thing where Kaepernick wasn't sitting on the bench, but he was kneeling
To show respect.
to show respect to the flag, but still raise
To
awareness.
something else. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me that people still have such a disagreement with kneeling to the flag. When it came to an agreement between somebody that served in the military,
Yeah.
that was like, this is what you should do to show respect and
Have you
still bring
noticed-
awareness. And people still give so much hate to Kaepernick when that was like a really understanding move by him, when he didn't have
Right.
to show very much understanding when he was being oppressed.
That's
and
like-
trying to prove a point.
One thing like I really see with Kaepernick too, and a lot of people will disagree with me, but you know, like, I don't care. But like, that was whether, and I don't think it's publicity or anything. Like, I think he did it for like his beliefs, but like, for him to do that was huge. Like, think about that. Like, if you or me were to do something like that and get so much hate for years, lose your starting position quarterback job over your beliefs and stuff is the biggest thing. I mean, you are putting your livelihood on the line for that. And I think that's one of the most incredible things ever. And like, I like the LeBron tweet the other day talking about, you know, like, I hope we make Cap proud. Like, that is huge because he stuck to his beliefs and he wasn't disrespecting. Like,
He tried to be respectful.
Well,
he really did. He did everything he could.
And like I understand like people thinking like it's disrespectful because like one of the things you do to disrespect the flag or something is either to like burn or not even stand for the flag. But he did it out of the best interest, and I think that's huge.
And that's
and like
big.
for
He went
us
from
to
sitting
realize
kneeling, and that was
for us to realize that
Yeah.
like years later, I mean it's just huge. He put his whole life, his whole career on the line, and it's huge. I think.
One thing
Yeah.
I've noticed since are all of the athletes kneel. All of the athletes
And he
kneel.
started it.
And Colin Kaepernick started it. And nobody's talking about all of the athletes, at least that I've seen. Nobody's talking about all of the athletes that are kneeling now
yeah.
because of what Colin Kaepernick stood for in the past.
Yeah.
But
Everybody's kneeling now
And
to
it-
bring more awareness.
But what really
It's
breaks
such
my
a
heart-
it's a toughy subject though because who did it? Leonard from Miami. He stood for the flag, and I still think that's okay because he wore like a Black
there's
Lives
nothing
Matter.
shameful about
And that's
it.
the thing. Like it goes hand in hand, and like it's such like a black and white thing nowadays of like where do you stand? But like, why does it have to be like that? Like I understand like stand for the flag. I don't care because like honestly, I think I'd still stand for the flag, but I am for Black Lives Matter. Like, I want everyone to feel equal, and I haven't been the minority. I've never have, and I'm gonna hear everyone out. But the flag, I mean, like this country, like I mean, I owe everything to, like
Yeah.
family, this country, and everything. And I think, like for me, like I'm gonna stand for the flag. Doesn't mean I'm disrespecting Black Lives Matter, but like that, does that make sense? Like it's my beliefs, but I'm 100% gonna back people who kneel for the flag.
This whole
And like unity is the biggest thing right now.
yeah,
No matter what, like
and it's very divided.
100%. Like we need it. The biggest thing is just be there for each other. That's it. Be there for each other.
This whole Black Lives Matters thing has been really difficult. I've been so torn from the beginning because my uncles, I have like 4 uncles, my aunt, my dad are all police officers.
Mm-hmm.
And everything there's been a lot of Black Lives Matters protests that are just 100% against police. My dad, his house got attacked. They slashed the tires of all his cars. My uncles, their houses got egged and just absolutely graffitied
Yeah.
and it breaks my heart because they are good people. They really are.
And
I
like,
had no
and-
idea.
Yeah, it really
yeah.
it really
insane.
really makes me emotional, but because I posted the Black Lives, like that Blackout Tuesday. I posted that in my
We all did, didn't we?
yeah, and my dad came up to me and was like, we really had a heart to heart. It was like one of the first times we really did, and he was telling me about how he knows that everyone on his force is good people, and they support black people, and yet they're still getting so persecuted, and he's just terrified for our family.
Yeah.
So
Unbelievable.
yeah, it's really hard because I believe Black Lives Matter, of course, but all this protest stuff against police, I don't know, it's really hard because that's like my whole family, and I know they're great people,
I think a lot of it
and
is off
they
base.
want nothing
Yeah.
other than to bring
And like
I don't know, justice, and I don't know, they just want to be, they're good people.
Right.
And like so like I've worked with officers for about like over a year and stuff. That's the thing, like it's heavy.
Yeah, it's hard.
It really is.
Especially if you're so
and like
involved like that, yeah.
exactly. And like you see both sides because I see like these officers really want like they're here to keep the peace. And it sucks because there's a few bad apples that have done some terrible things, right?
Of course, yeah.
But like
that's just all
these officers
humans.
they're here to keep the peace. And like it kind of makes me sad to like defund the police because I really think we need
Well, we need justice.
laws,
We
we need
need-
justice and stuff. But like
There
also
are ways to weed out the bad apples. There are ways to have fewer bad apples.
And we
We're
actually
not doing it.
we need to talk about that because
There's a
like
way that,
there's like we need to, and I actually want to hear your side, but like we actually like if there are bad apples, we need to figure out how to correct that because that's not okay. Like that video of George Floyd dying is not okay, like 100%.
it's
But
horrific.
I have
sure.
worked with so many officers that are one of the best people I've ever met, and also African American men that are the best people I've ever met, and it's coming together.
And it's terrible that they're like so fearful of their
Yeah.
lives and their families' lives right now.
It's so sad, and it's coming together, and I really think like
It
2020.
shouldn't be this war.
It's a really tough year, but it's a necessary year in my opinion.
Well, it's sad to say. I agree that we've awakened. We have been awakened.
You got
Awakened?
this.
We are awake.
Force
from-
Awakens.
We're woke.
This is waking us up from a terrible realization that there are a lot of problems in our society as far as how we treat as for racism, for police brutality.
For sure.
There are a lot of things that are coming to surface that need to be addressed, and it's coming in a terrible fashion with people dying,
Yeah.
people being persecuted, and with
For
people
sure.
losing quality of life because of these things. It should never have. We should never have to say, "Look, this person is being persecuted. We need to change."
Yeah.
We should already be in a place where we can be good people, where people aren't
Sure.
being persecuted.
I feel like most
where
people want
aren't being-
that.
I think most people want that
I feel
too.
like it's being
But there are-
portrayed where most bad people are getting all the attention,
There's
and
the
it's
pro-
outraging everybody.
a lot
And
of
it is outraging.
the issue to me comes from how society has changed in the past, because people lived differently 100 years ago. People had slaves 150 years ago.
Which
They had-
isn't
they
okay.
had
Not okay at
Human
all.
beings working for them
Yeah.
in intense conditions, and people were dying and lived in had a terrible quality of lives, and it was normal. That was human reality
Yeah.
for a long time, and that's changing. The women's social
They weren't
presence,
even able to vote. Like what? 40 years ago?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I really don't know either. But,
But still.
the women's social presence has changed dramatically
Yeah.
in the last 50, 60, 100 years because of what we're talking about. A lot of the systemic racism and sexism is being brought to surface because of people that are woke, bringing it and social media, making it available for everybody to see, like us, who are
Yeah.
people like us
We're trying to be understanding.
who have been
Well,
unoppressed our entire
yeah.
lives, and
Just
we
trying to
can-
get it.
exactly.
Because I
We're
mean,
reasonable human
like,
beings, and reasonable human beings don't want to see other human beings being oppressed in any way.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
agree.
It's not natural. It's horrific.
And it's really baffling that it's still happening.
It's horrific.
and it's 2020. It really shouldn't be a thing. And like, I mean, we started like, especially.
I have to pee. I want you
okay.
to keep talking, but I have to pee.
But I mean, I've talked about like starting on like, you know, like all love and, you know, talking, you know, like, was that too
You're a
close?
little close.
Okay. But like talking about it being all love and stuff, and it really, we're in such a critical time where like we need to exercise that.
Yeah.
And I think like this Black Lives Matter movement is necessary, and it took me, you know, a while to kind of get a grip of it, but you know, as soon as like this George Floyd stuff happened, and I'm sad that it happened this late, but like I understand, like it's not out of disrespect, and I really needed to open my eyes, but like I've never been a minority,
Yeah.
and I need to understand, right? And it all comes to like equality, whether like you're Hispanic, African American, white, Asian, or anything, female or male, like it needs to come down to equality. And
Yeah.
we're in
That's the
such
ultimate goal.
and it's such like I'm really like happy like I've been given the opportunity to live in 2020, because this is, I would say, in my lifetime, like the most critical time for equality.
It's very progressive.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just want to make a difference. And have you noticed like in Hollywood, like more roles are leading more towards female and stuff?
Oh yeah.
And like I've actually talked to someone about it, and like it bothered them. And I was like, why does it bother you?
It bothered them?
Yeah. And it was like, this, it shouldn't even be a topic. Does that make sense? Of like, yeah, like equality is everything. Like women are badass, men are badass, you know, like
as long as the movies are good, I don't
yeah,
care. They say no.
yeah, exactly. Okay, like say I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, but like Force Awakens, Ray. She's
Ray
she's
is-
so dope.
She's so babe.
She's
a
sweet.
babe.
Yeah. But
I
like
love Ray.
I don't know. It is just such I don't
You
know,
can't
like
get better than Ray.
yeah, I think she I don't know whether Star Wars or not, we're in such an important time in society where we really can make a difference. And like when it comes down to like just love, like whether you like I don't know, cuz I was in that situation of like when Colin Kaepernick sat down, I was like, like that kind of pissed me off cuz
Yeah.
I took offense to it. I thought he was disrespecting the troops and stuff.
You
But,
gotta
like,
take a second to understand what he's
hear
doing.
him out. Like hear everyone out. And it wasn't out of disrespect. It's out of making recognition. And there could be like things way worse than like kneeling for the flag. Make recognition. And like I saw something on Twitter and it was like like a protest never was handled. Oh, I'm gonna really mess this up. I can't even say it. But like you need to protest something. It's obviously gonna have some controversy and stuff. But like
Yeah.
like let's talk about it. And that's the biggest thing. So we kind of ranted about that, but I think it's really important. So
It is.
yeah.
It really is.
And I know like your dad and like your uncles are huge in law enforcement, and like I worked at the prison and had like I have a lot of law enforcement friends and stuff, and I see their side because they honestly have gone through hell too. And like it's not like I want to defund the police because I honestly do not believe that.
That's
Because
why-
these officers, like, they really, I mean, I'd say like 90% of them have the best intentions.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's keeping our community safe and stuff, but like when it comes down to Black Lives Matter and stuff, like, let's hear them out.
it shouldn't
so-
be so black and white.
Yeah, for sure. So
And that's why, I don't know, it's really rough. It's really hard to like, because I understand both sides, and I'm very understanding between both sides.
and I agree. And
But like the
what's
police,
sad is like it is so black and white because
Yeah,
like
it
it's
is.
either you choose a side or not. But like
and honestly, I've lost. Honestly, after I posted that Black Lives Matter post, I got so much hate from my
Really?
family. Like my aunt disowned me.
Ostracized from your aunt, yeah.
Yeah, and
Did
it
you
was.
really?
I
I
really
don't know
did,
that.
and it was just so much hate,
I'll be
and
right back.
I meant nothing but like respect and love for George Floyd and all that, and I really wanted to make a point, and I didn't have anything against the police.
It was to show support for those that are oppressed.
Yeah, I really want to
But the-
like show that,
But the lines are so skewed. It's
it's
like,
really just
yeah.
like either you support cops or you support Black Lives
it's not
Matter,
it's not that black and white.
and it
I'm
really
a
is
black
like.
and white person, and that is not black and white.
And it's really hard to like, I don't know. It's really hard to pick a side and just because I hear both sides.
There are no sides
And there are sides like Black Lives Matter. There's a lot of points that I agree with. Like Black lives should matter to the utmost
They do
respect.
matter.
They do matter, of course. But cops, I understand.
Cop lives matter.
And
Black
it's-
lives matter. All lives do matter. But all lives don't matter until black lives
yes.
are being treated with
Of
the
course.
respect that exactly.
But
I
good
hear what you're
cops
saying.
should not be going through such hell right now,
No, they
man.
shouldn't.
It's so hard to watch.
My cousin is
It's
just
so hard.
Just went through the police academy and just became a cop.
Yeah.
And
No, when I was a kid,
it would be I can't imagine how terrifying it would be to be a cop right now with so much turmoil and
yeah.
lack of confidence in the
When all
police
you want
force
is to
that
do
you have,
good.
that people have. When like my cousin, who I know is an excellent, amazing stand-up person, is trying to do the right thing, is being criticized because of the example that other cops before him have put, and it's
Even-
not his fault.
Yeah. Even 6 years ago, I went to my dad and I was like, I want to be a cop. Like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. Wow.
And my dad was like, I don't care what you do in your life, but do not become a police officer. Like, out of everything, he's like, that is the one thing that I don't want you to do. It is so.
Hey.
You get so much hate for it. How's it going?
Austin said you're talking about deep stuff.
We're talking about the.
I said we're talking about deep stuff. We're talking about Black Lives Matter.
You want to jump in?
Well, then get out of here. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Yeah, let's move on. What do you got? I don't know
Why
who
did she
has
come in
made
here?
it this far, but shout out to whoever's made it this far.
All right. I said I posted a scientific study that social distancing might be necessary until 2022.
That's a long time.
And I asked, is this over the top? And 31% said Netflix till 2022. And 69% said, frick that. Most people that I've talked to don't think coronavirus is a joke, but they think that we should be able to do what we want and not let it affect us. This was also 15 weeks ago when it was relatively new.
Yeah.
I think I don't know shit about coronavirus, what it actually does, and how it affects us. All I know is that it makes a lot of people sick. It's killed
Did
a
you
lot
see
of
that
people.
thing where they found a cure for coronavirus? The doctors did. And they've really and the media has really like suppressed it and taken off.
No, I haven't seen anything about that.
Really, I
Who
don't know
cured
how. It's not really a cure, but they found like something that combats it really well, and people have been
Like a
recovering.
therapeutic.
Yeah, and people have been recovering like dramatically, like overnight.
Which is incredible.
I
But why
Let me look
why
up.
would people be suppressing that then?
don't know
For clout?
the media I think like Facebook or Twitter took it off. Like these doctors came out and talked about this new medicine that they had found like weeks ago that hasn't been getting any attention, that has been like curing these patients overnight, and the video got taken down.
Well, there's a lot of videos that have been taken down about doctors saying that
yeah,
we need to practice herd immunity.
but this was like an actual like solution, or at least a fix to this coronavirus.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it.
So my opinion is very gone. Like it's been changing a lot lately.
I
I feel like you should social distance for sure.
we should still social distance. What I've said is, if people don't want to get the flu during flu season, they should stay home. They shouldn't go to the movies during the wintertime when the flu is the strongest, when people get the flu the most. It's kind of the same thing. If you don't want to get coronavirus, you shouldn't go out and intermingle with people who might be carriers because it's a deadly disease. It is a deadly disease.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking doctor or physician or anything. Epidemiologist. I don't know anything about science or the disease. All I know is it kills people.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't spread it. We should not spread it. We should do everything we can to limit the spread. But I don't think that everybody is gonna die from it.
It's true, but the thing for me, like most things like this, I try to take from a personal take. And the thing for me was, if I just don't social, because obviously I'm healthy, I'm young, I'm not very likely to die from it. But being someone that's like not likely.
Your brothers are bad influences.
I know. We might be done soon. We might not be done soon.
Honestly, we're having a great time.
Yeah.
Wanna
But
take a seat? Are
you're-
you done? Are you done? Go back out and party.
look it up, Jamie.
Look it up, Jamie. Go out and party, Jamie. We'll be out in a little while.
Whatever. Interesting.
Your brothers
Sorry,
are
go ahead.
bad
forgot what I was
influences.
Why? Because they get you fucked up. Did
No.
you take a shot?
No,
You smoke weed?
You took a shot.
no. Look it up, Jamie. All right, what are we talking
I forgot
about?
what I was saying.
We're talking about fucking coronavirus.
Oh, my-
We've gone to Corona.
Oh, so my personal take was, yes, I'm not likely to die. Yes, I'm not likely to really be affected by the coronavirus. But my fear with the coronavirus was passing it on to my parents and my grandparents who can be affected. And that's why I chose to really abide by the social distancing and wear a mask. Because I don't want to be the one that didn't give a fuck and then pass it on to people that could actually be really severely damaged by the coronavirus. So
You're the medical expert here, Hutch. What did you take
So
on the coronavirus?
I wouldn't say I'm a
Make it some
medical
water.
expert because I'm still in nursing school, but like I honestly like me and Heidi talk about this quite a bit right now because this is
You don't
like
need to talk that close to the mic.
okay, this is the highlight right now, coronavirus. And like my conclusion right now is listen to the CDC. Like wear your mask and stuff. But like this virus is it's interesting to me. Like when I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, it's kind of interesting where it's kind of like the test virus where, you know, like some people are really at risk and other people, they're asymptomatic. And it's just interesting to me. And like there's some days where it's like, you know, like we really need to be safe, and other days it's like, you know, like this is bull crap. And it's trying to find that balance. But when it comes down to it, like me and Heidi are still pretty new in the medical field, even though Heidi is a few years critical care. This is new for anyone. This is a brand new thing. Like even like when it comes to SARS or swine flu or anything, we haven't had restrictions like this ever. And I think it's, you know, listen to the medical professionals, and like the CDC knows better than anyone else. And I don't care if you think it's a government ploy or something, a mask isn't gonna ruin your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a precautionary.
Like, wear a mask to save one of your loved ones. It doesn't matter.
You should wear a mask. You should wear a mask when you go out in public.
One thing I know for sure is like I had, and I don't know if anyone else knows, but like I'm in nursing school. Like this is my 3rd semester, and I had some clinicals. And when I was there, I had one patient die of COVID. And it's just one thing to raise awareness. And I know like some people are like, you know, the flu is more contagious and stuff. And if you were to ask me, like, I don't know. But all I know is listen to the CDC. Like, listen to the medical professionals and let's get through this together. I know like this week we've purchased over 9 million vaccines and stuff that have been proven effective. And let's go that route. Whether it's super infectious or not, let's wear a mask. Who cares? And sometimes it's irritating. Like I even go to the gym, and it's irritating because I have to wear a mask for 30 seconds to scan in, just to get into the gym. And if I don't, they won't let me in. And like that's irritating for sure. Even like buying food. But like when it comes down to it, let's think big picture. And it's loved ones. And people who are at risk, and even like I would be at risk because I have asthma and stuff, pretty bad asthma, and even you do. Let's, like, when it comes down to what is the, you know, like, whether, like, think hand in hand. Would you rather, like, me or you die, or would you rather us wear a mask? And so I
or even just risk it. Risk one of us getting sick and having long-term problems versus wearing the mask and preventing that risk.
So my views are right now, like, as someone in the medical field, is listen to the CDC. And I know, like, I haven't been the best, and it's hard. I mean, keeping 6 feet distance and all that stuff, because you know, everyone wants to keep their social lives and all that stuff going, but I don't know. Listen to the CDC. That's
there are
my
ways
recommendation.
To be social and to be safe too.
Yeah, and who says? I actually read something yesterday of, you know, like this might be one big wave, which I'm kind of hoping for, because, you know, like we hit that one big wave, and we need to we'll get past that. And I don't know.
Past it, then we'll be over.
Yeah, and that's just. It's a huge moment in society for me too. 2020, and I talked about it earlier, but like it has been the ringer, man. Whether it's racism or even like Kobe dying. I mean, Kobe was such a huge influence in everyone's lives. It has been such an interesting year, and like it's a year to prove yourself, I think. And we're gonna come stronger in the end, but listen to the medical professionals. So wear a mask.
Behind you.
Hey, babe. I'm telling them to listen to CDC.
Coronavirus.
So
let's move on from the coronavirus.
Yeah, honestly,
we can wrap this up too. If we're fucking done, it's been 2 hours 23 minutes.
The thing is, everyone's sick of hearing the coronavirus. So
we're almost done. I've got a few more things I want to.
I know, like, no one really cares about my input, but Just listen to CDC.
Of course, they
That's-
care about your input. You're the most educated in this than anybody here, for sure.
So
We all
Yeah,
all I
and-
know, as a dummy like me, all I know is what other people are saying and what is happening from what I can see.
me and Heidi, we talk about it a lot, but like, and we really are like, like this is new for everyone, even like medical professionals. Listen to the CDC. That's it. Wear your mask, 6 foot distance, and let's go from there. There's a vaccine being developed, and we'll go from there. We're 4 months in. It's pretty shitty, honestly. Like sometimes, like it sucks, social distancing and stuff. But when it comes down to it, what's more important, your social life or your loved ones? So
Word up.
yeah.
All right,
Anyways.
moving on.
Okay, let's go.
You said you want to talk about national pride. What I said about national
Ooh,
pride.
yeah,
So
that's
here's what I
interesting.
said. I tweeted the other day, earlier this month. I said, nations and national pride are artificial constructs. 81% of people said true. 19% said false. What did you have to say
Wait,
about
say that again. I want to know the stat.
Nations and national pride are artificial constructs.
Okay.
81% true. 19%
Of artificial?
false.
Or
That are 81% said it is artificial.
okay.
92%.
So I wanted
Don't
to
lose
hear.
the mic.
Oh,
Fuck, dude. It's been
What
2
the-
hours. What the fuck
dude,
have I said?
honestly, okay. I want to hear your view first.
I think nations and national pride are artificial because they're not natural. Humans created them. God is not real.
Okay.
Nature
Okay.
didn't create nations and national pride within humans. We created that. We've grown and developed societies. We've developed cultures.
But I think that's a
hold
fact.
on. We've grown and developed cultures and societies and have established that there is a difference between a group of people here and a group of people there. That's true. But if I were to say my national pride as an American is more important than your national pride as an Ethiopian or a fucking German or a fucking French person, that is not true. That's something we've created. That's something that distinguishes us and makes us more valuable than them. That is unhealthy. And not only is it unhealthy, but it's detrimental to our health as a society for people.
As like, sorry. As
For humans.
different
It's bad for humans.
countries, you think it's bad for
It's bad
humans?
for humans to say that Americans are better than Germans, or that Germans are better than Frenchmen, or Frenchmen are better than English people. Nationality inherently is bad because it's separating people from people.
But nationality, and I'm playing devil's advocate
Cultures
because
are real. Social societies
100%.
are real. I'm not denying. I'm not
there-
denying that they exist.
I honestly don't even think that's a
Don't talk so close to the mic.
honestly,
because it
I'm
gets
gonna
really
talk to
big
the-
on the screen. Look how big it gets. It gets really loud when you do that.
That
So
gets
sit
really
back.
big. But I just want to
Just
talk
sit
louder
back
than
when-
you, and
sit-
it's kind of
you
hard.
don't, but when you sit back, it's the same volume.
Zach, is this okay?
That's great.
Okay. So
I'm back, bitches.
I
wish we had
honestly,
3 microphones.
yeah. I mean, it took us 2.5 hours, but
That's my bad.
yeah, it is your bad.
I'll fix it next time.
But I'll forgive you.
Thank you.
So we're talking like nationality, and like there's some things that aren't even a debate, but like, so, it's really interesting to me because
Talking about borders.
we're talking about nationality. It's fun to take pride in your nationality, right? Like sports or anything.
It's not wrong either. It's not wrong to be prideful, but it's
Okay.
artificial. The fact that we've created,
Which I don't even think it's up for
distinguished
debate.
people
Like
from
it is
people.
artificial.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's up for debate.
But
Like
19%
us
of
as
people-
humans have made
19%
nationality.
of people don't think it's artificial. They think it's natural, unless they're idiots.
To have wait. to have
okay. So
nationality?
I think
Well,
okay.
I'll read.
Or
I'll
to have
read the
borders?
tweets.
No.
No, I'll read
Hear
the
me
tweets
out. This
again.
is gonna be a hot take.
Well, let me
But
hear
I
this.
think it is natural to create different. I'd say sex
It is natural to have
Because, like,
different groups.
to start like different groups and stuff, and like when it comes to nationality, it's a different group, right? So like think
But
Christopher Columbus. I mean, he came from what, England. I don't know. But he came from he moved to the Americas. Like that it's another group. Don't move that mic again.
You're talking way too fucking
Honestly,
close
this
to
is
that mic.
my mic now.
It's set up
Okay,
so that
but-
the two of you can talk
Oh,
at
I'm
an
so
equal
pissed right now.
distance.
Oh, I'm so pissed right now.
Let me say this.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, it is. I feel like it is natural for people to have groups and find groups of people that they conform with and like kind of separate themselves. And it's kind of this thing between, I feel like there's different levels between like your social building.
Hi, babe. Look it up.
So there's the me versus us, which is kind of like me versus the world. And once you get past that and you kind of like, it goes between, once you find your group, it goes us versus them. Which
Exactly.
which is kind of like your group versus their group. But
Exactly. That's
but hold on,
national
but the
Competition
the
isn't
final
always a bad thing.
step, the final
I didn't
step
say
would
that.
be
Yeah.
not us versus them, but just us.
At the end of the day, we are
Which is
one
the
human.
perfect-
We are
Which is
one group of
which
people.
is also like always the perfect society that we all dream for, like land without borders, like.
I don't even think that there should be a land without borders. I don't have a problem with nations or national pride. The problem is, what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah,
they
I'm
aren't
just saying we're
real.
all should be real, like one.
We should live and coexist as one people because
Yeah.
that's one thing that will unite people,
Yeah.
especially between races, is between sexes, between genders. One thing that separates all of us. We think I am a white American. I'm better than a black American. I'm better than a white fucking Frenchman. I'm better than a Hispanic person. And then those people are saying the same thing about us. That's just, they need to turn that fucking
Dude,
music
honestly, I'd rather the washer be on.
down. Well, you want to?
I'll
It's just
turn the
too loud.
washer
The
on.
microphone's gonna
We
pick
can
it all
drown
up.
out the noise with the washer.
What I'm trying to say is it's not real. And I don't have a problem that it exists. I have a problem that it creates divide among people. That's the problem.
Which is
Yeah.
That's the issue. That's one reason why racism exists, why sexism exists,
Yeah.
why homophobia exists. Because we think that one group of people is better than another.
That was the one thing that
I have to go tell them to turn the music down. I'll be right back.
that was the one thing that I really struggled with in religion.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That is really loud.
Dude, honestly, I love it. Okay, what are we talking about? We're talking. Well, you switched to religion again. Let's talk about it.
I was just gonna say the one problem I really had with religion was when my brother came out.
Okay.
It felt like I really had to decide between supporting my brother coming out and supporting the church, which basically believed that
Yeah.
homophobia was like a sin, and like, but I've never seen my brother more happy coming out and being who he
Fuck my
was.
brothers. They just turned that music all the way up against my will.
Yeah, know what I'm saying is
That
fuck
music-
him though.
It sounded like it was from Django Unchained.
It was beautiful music.
It was great.
What a beautiful mess I made.
All right, go to the next
Okay, let's
topic.
go
Let's
on.
switch it up.
That was good though. National pride.
Just want to see like my.
All right. Jesus Christ.
I just want to put my feet on this middle.
We gotta wrap this up. We're all.
I think this was it. I honestly like. I was interested in talking about conspiracy theories, but we might have to save this for next time.
That's fine.
No, it's not okay.
Oh.
So.
I said.
There's no way anyone's getting this deep.
Yeah,
One thing I said. I don't know.
Dude, that's
We wouldn't-
disgusting.
Hold on, we can't do this on the show.
Look at. No, it's okay. I'll.
Ooh. Okay, this
She-
is
she's
important.
Killed my dead skin
Hold on,
off.
this is important. I asked why is or isn't calling COVID-19 the Chinese virus racist? Why is or isn't it racist?
it. Dude, honestly,
That's
it's,
interesting. That's
no.
interesting.
The thing
Let me
is,
just tell you what I've learned.
it's not even worth my time. That's my.
It is absolutely worth your time. Let me tell
Honestly,
you why.
I don't
Let me
even
tell you
care.
why. No, you should care. Let me tell you why.
So hear
Calling-
me out. I'll tell you why I don't, and it's because like, whether you believe whether you agree with Donald Trump or not.
It's not
Don't
a matter.
move the mic.
I have to
I'm
because
okay.
you're way too fucking.
No, I was watching. So I think like,
Why are you peeling so bad?
dude.
Why is he peeling so
He had
bad?
a sunburn.
No, I was.
Oh, a sunburn.
I've been
It's
tanning,
fucking
but I
bad.
don't want anyone to know.
Let me tell you why it's important.
No,
So we can just wrap this
you're
up.
gonna
Okay, listen, I'll
you're gonna
listen,
listen
I'll
to me. So it's called the Chinese virus because of our commander chief. Why is it called the Chinese
Is
virus?
it racist though? Is it racist to call it the Chinese virus? That's what I'm asking. The answer is yes. The answer is it is racist. Let me tell you why.
Why would you? That's the thing. I agree with you. Why call it the Chinese virus? It doesn't
You
really make
shouldn't call it
sense.
the Chinese virus.
It is the coronavirus.
Let me tell you why. It kills. It creates systemic racism.
This is
among...
disgusting.
Let me just finish my
Throw it
thought.
away. Okay,
We
go
need
ahead.
to wrap this bitch up.
No.
Let me tell you why it's racist.
Joe Rogan goes for 3 hours.
We can go fucking 4 hours.
I don't care. I don't
I
care.
don't care.
We have 2 gold chains here.
Let me just tell you why. It's not the words Chinese virus is not racist like racial slurs, but it is racist because it creates racial divide amongst people. When Donald Trump gets on the podium and says it's the Chinese virus, it makes racist people more racist against Chinese people. And Braxton told me earlier today, I didn't know this. I don't know anything.
Were you
about this
texting
story.
him or was it on Twitter?
It was in person at Cantinas in Leon.
I thought you just went with C's. We
No.
still need to talk about that.
No, we will.
Okay.
Okay. He told me that immediately after Donald Trump first called it the Chinese virus, a dad in Texas, and their 2 sons were stabbed because they were Chinese by a racist person.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Calling it the Chinese virus is racist because it creates and promotes racist ideals amongst races. But when you call it by a scientific name or a neutral name like COVID-19, it has no implications or no ties to any nationality or
Do you
any
think
race.
that COVID was?
It keeps it neutral and it
do you
helps
think
people
it's
stay
accidentally
safe.
released from a lab?
It sounds like, from what I've learned, that it could have been manipulated by people and escaped from a lab in Wuhan, China. I only know that because I listened to Joe Rogan podcast.
And I love
That's
the Rogan
it.
podcast.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Dude, I still haven't listened to Post Malone podcast.
Are you done? You can leave if you're done.
No,
Well,
I'm
I'm ready to wrap it up too.
Yeah, me too.
I just
No.
want to get through all these
No.
questions.
All right, go ahead. Next one.
Fucking ugly puppy. Video games. I don't really want to talk
It's
about
just
video
so
games.
Video games. I want to talk about video
Okay,
games.
let's go 4
Lay it
more
down.
hours. Let's go. Okay,
I'm ready to go.
Hear me out. I went.
Well, let him
I
read the
went.
question.
Okay,
I posted a question.
that's disgusting.
a
Stop,
quiz.
Stop.
I said, "How do you feel about video
Throw it
games?"
away. Throw it away.
My
That's
my
my
intention
dad's
was to learn how people thought
That's so gross.
video games should be involved in their life,
Yes.
and I posted 4 responses. I said,
It's
video
his
games
carpet now. Okay, go ahead.
"Fucking be quiet."
Dude, honestly, my dead skin is in a carpet.
Yeah, that's fine. Leave it there.
Okay.
I said the question was, "How do you feel about video games?" First response: complete waste of time. Should spend 0 hours per day on it.
Did you see my vote, by the way?
Yes, and now listen to what I'm saying.
Fair.
The second answer was awesome in moderation, 0 to 3 hours per day. The third, that's a solid hobby, 3 to 6 hours a day. Or make it a career, 6+ hours a day.
That's what I voted.
Me too.
In my heart of hearts, if I could make money playing video games, I would love to put 6+
Yeah.
hours a day
Do
into
it.
it. Where I'm at now is it's my hobby, and I'm more than happy to put 3, 4, 5 hours a day into video games because I would put that much time into anything else that I loved. Not because it's a fucking video game or that it wastes time, but because it is something I enjoy. It's something that it promotes brain stimulus, and it makes me, it relaxes. Well, it doesn't always.
Well, plus we
relax me,
kicked
It
it with the
relaxes me.
homies.
but I'm interacting with other people. Go ahead.
Video games for me is such a great hobby, I guess. Like when I come home from work and I'm stressed out and I'm beat, like that is the ultimate like just relaxer and just come home and forget about the day and just I don't know, it's the best for me. It really is.
Well,
it gets rid of my anxiety. I focus on something else. Like it really is. I don't think video games are bad at all.
It satisfies a competition stimulus in my brain. I
Yeah,
need some
agreed.
sort of
It's great for me.
competition.
It really
You've
is great
always
for
been
me.
competitive too.
Yes. I think we all
But-
have to an extent.
I'm
So,
very
and-
competitive.
That comes in. We're talking nature and nurture, but I think that's in every guy's nature. So,
Nature
like,
nurture
but
can be
you
applied.
talk to any old school guy. Can I move this?
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't care anymore.
But you talk to any old school guy, and they'll be completely against video games because this is a brand new thing. Like this is only a few years old, and you see like okay,
A few years.
Doctor Disrespect or any other video game influencer. I'd say influencer, but these guys professional, and this is brand new. And like if you're logging hours playing video games, might as well just try to make a living out of it. That's my opinion.
Well, if you are, it's the thing. To me, is if you want to make money playing video games, you gotta create content people want to.
For sure.
Enjoy.
It's
want
either
to watch.
I
Want
think
to interact
it's-
with.
I think
it's not just like
it's with
I play
anything
video
else
games, I'm gonna
though.
make money.
It's with anything else though. You got to go full send.
Well,
like
it's not
think
just
about
full send.
think about Doctor Disrespect. That dude has like a mullet and a mustache just for his stream, and he is like the biggest streamer right now. Think about it.
Until he got deleted.
Was correct, but like you got to go full send. Like if you're gonna be a gamer, be gamer. Be like just send it and like. That's one
But
thing.
listen.
That's one thing I've known about you though is like if you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it 100%.
Definitely. But the difference is I could say fuck it. I'm done cleaning carpets. I'm done fucking working. I'm done hanging out with my friends. I'm gonna be a professional video game player.
Sounds good to me.
I can sit down and play video games all day, but I'm not gonna make money until I create content people want to watch. People want to
Correct.
soak up. I don't necessarily even have to be unique. I have to be somebody that people are willing to watch. Somebody people are willing to donate to. I have to get sponsors. It's a business.
You gotta be
I have to-
funny. You gotta be.
I have to do whatever it takes to make money. And
if you're willing to
creating
do it.
video games, it could be being unique, like Doctor Disrespect, just a complete dick.
He is
Being a
himself.
fucking unique person, like who he is.
But
Or
there's
being
some
Ninja,
people where it
who's
doesn't
one of the
work.
greatest video game players of all time, or being Booga, who's the greatest Fortnite player of all time. There's different ways to make money playing video games. You don't just play it full time to make money.
Yeah.
What I was trying to get out of that post was I play video games because it's a hobby. I'm willing to put in several hours a day to do it because I love it.
Well, even like it comes to this day and age, we're like, this is how we connect. Like we work full time, and this is how we. I mean, like when it comes to high school, we come back from school and we go to your place and hang out. Nowadays, we get off of work and we get online to play video games. I don't know, Heidi's not.
She's
down for
done.
that, but-
She's done, but I'm not done.
So it's just like, and I tell Heidi this a lot too. It is.
See ya.
Hold on, I'll be back.
I'm not done.
I'm not done.
Keep fucking going.
So
I'll be back.
okay, yeah. It is. It's to get the competitive nature out of you. Like when it comes to like gunfight and stuff, like There's one thing where like I forgot who it was, but like they said something on the group chat about like Warzone, and I take Warzone very seriously. And they said something where like I didn't make the right decision, which I know I didn't, and it pissed me off so bad. And that's the competitive nature. Like it gets the competitive nature out of us. And if you're willing to,
You're chanting your wife's name for some reason.
that's my babe. She's got it.
This is gonna be the worst podcast anybody's ever listened
No,
to.
dude, it's gonna be great. It's almost 3 hours long.
You know what that
Wow.
poll that I posted was probably the most interaction I've gotten out of any post
From video games?
about video games.
Yeah.
And you know why? One of the reasons I think why is because I gave an option for complete rejection or complete acceptance to video games and everything in between.
The ones before have been true or false, or like black and white.
Yeah.
You did A, B, C,
I-
or D.
I did.
Yeah,
There were a lot
so-
of in between. I had a lot of responses from people that said 0 hours, complete waste of time. I asked all of them why. Most of them responded. They said either they were hurt in a relationship because of video games, or they just didn't relate to video games at all. There was just no reason that they didn't see any value to it because they've never had a valuable experience in video
When
games.
it comes to a relationship, though, like you need to nurture that relationship too. Obviously, if like you spend your whole time playing video games, your relationship's gonna suffer.
That's not true.
It is true.
That's not true because think about Ninja who plays video games for 10 hours a day. and he's married and has, and from what I know, has a good marriage.
But that's his living. Like
exactly, it's not just playing video games for hours on end. It's the person and the relationship you establish.
But like, okay, say like I work like a 12-hour shift as a nurse, and then I play like another 4 hours as in a video game, and I spend no hours during that time to nurture my relationship with Heidi.
Definitely, that's wrong. What do you want?
I'm sorry. Do you have those shot glasses?
No, hop on, get on.
Because we don't want to use your nice ones.
Well, then go. Get out of here.
Connor,
What?
you're so dope.
Like, Peyton doesn't think so.
No, you are.
Like,
Yeah,
what
you-
about, like, these ones?
Oh, you want these ones?
Like, because
Yeah,
you don't
we're
want
done.
us to use your nice ones, right?
Well, these are the nice ones.
Like your travel ones.
Oh yeah, those are antiques.
Your souvenirs.
They're
Those are souvenirs.
Okay, but can you kind of see my perspective? Because like
Yeah, take all of them, Connor.
when it comes to relationships, it takes work every single
You're
day.
absolutely right.
It takes work every single day.
Any relationship.
And like if I work a 12-hour shift as a nurse or like any other shift, and then I go straight to video games and Heidi's just sitting on the couch or like anyone else is sitting on the couch, you're not nurturing that relationship. It's gonna suffer.
But so what you're painting two different pictures though. If when I say professional video game players will go spend 10 hours a day playing video games, they'll still have several hours to spend nurturing a relationship.
Which is cool.
If that person wants it, even if they want it. Some people don't fucking even care to want it.
But, like,
they
you-
just have the relationship. They just have the relationship and
Okay.
that's fine with them.
Okay.
Some people need hours of quality time to feel like they have a valuable relationship.
And it depends on the
And
person because some
that's
person
totally valid too.
someone doesn't need, and now we're talking like love language and stuff.
Fuck
but like
yeah.
like some person doesn't really need touch or something, but I know like Heidi needs, her certain amount of time or like she needs touch and stuff.
Everybody has
to-
their own
Exactly.
unique, they have their own
But-
unique love receptors. And that's natural. That's normal.
And
you
you-
have to meet those if you're gonna be in a relationship.
Expectations is a huge thing in a relationship. If you're gonna tell someone you're gonna do it, you better do it. Like if I'm gonna tell Heidi I'm gonna cook dinner, I better freaking do it.
And you better do the dishes after.
Exactly. But like if it's an expectation thing. So when it comes you need to know that like, and like I voted, 6+ hours as a career in no, stop.
Stop getting so goddamn close to the mic.
I'm so passionate. No, it's so here's my thing. I think like it's so for me, like my relationship with Heidi is the most important thing for me. And I'm gonna nurture that before any video game, 100%. But video games is like, it's anything virtual.
It's
is,
like golf.
No,
it's like
well,
watching TV.
it's the future. So like
Oh.
anything. No, yeah, you're wrong. But like anything virtual is the future, and it's kind of hard to take a grasp on that, especially if you're kind of older school. But you can make a living from playing video games if you're good at it, and like it's I don't know. It's tough to be successful from that. But if you're gonna go full send on video games, go full send.
I feel like I'm almost full send, and I don't make.
If
any
you were
money.
full send though, you wouldn't have like a carpet cleaning business.
If I was full send and I was like, I'm gonna. Make
If you were
a
full
career out of
send,
video
you'd be
games,
getting
I would hire.
every.
I would hire a producer to help me create content that would help me.
Yeah.
So I would know what to say, what to do, how to create, how
Like,
to make a page,
If
how to do everything I need to do to create an audience. So I would gain people that are willing to pay for my content.
I truly believe like if you
I just play video games.
if you had the content that people wanted to watch, they'd follow. Does that make sense?
That's the same thing with this goddamn podcast.
Correct.
If we wanted to make
Yeah.
money off this podcast, we would do all we could to share it with everybody.
Yeah.
And say things that really resonated with people.
But like
Kind of
okay,
like Joe
so
Rogan has created an audience,
and we've
where
talked a
people relate
lot
to what
about
he's
Joe
saying.
Rogan because he is like
Lord and Savior.
he
is my Lord and
but
Savior.
like he's basically our template of a podcast, but he started way before podcast was even cool.
Yeah.
He was doing podcasts
He was one of the
year
first.
before it was cool. Years
One
and
of the
years
first.
before it was cool.
Definitely.
And he stuck with it.
Yep.
Right? and he
And he did it in a good
perfected
way.
it.
Yep.
And he knows how to get, like, he knows how to ask the questions. He knows how to get, you know, the different guests and
More
stuff.
than anything, he's himself.
He's
He's
authentic.
Yeah.
But like it, honestly, being authentic doesn't mean you'll get views.
Not every time.
No,
You're right.
100%.
He's fucking hilarious.
He,
Part
but
of
like he's interesting because there's some things like I even listen to podcasts where it's like breathing exercises, and it's like, why the hell do I want to listen to breathing
some
exercises?
people listen to that.
But he was interesting about it because he talked about, he's like, you know, honestly, I think I was wrong right here. And his guest speaker's like, no, like you were doing it right. And he's like, oh, okay. Like he was his authentic self. He was open-minded and stuff. And he was interesting, you know? And it's just like, I don't know. It is, it goes hand in hand. It's kind of, is being your authentic self by grasping the interests of others.
Yep.
So, gaming it is one of the. I think Fortnite really changed everything.
What
And
a catalyst that was to what
it started with
gaming is
Ninja.
today.
Like Ninja is
Ninja.
one of the first, man.
Yeah, he was a pioneer for where gaming is today. Absolutely.
Exactly, and I think like we're in such an interesting time. But like, if you want to
At
dedicate,
least for me. I've only been intensely involved in the gaming world for like 4 years, 5 years, but
like,
since then,
yeah.
it's been dramatically different for me.
If you're gonna dedicate and like if you're 100% down for like gaming to be your career, you're gonna do 100% that. And I think Joe Rogan, we talk so much about him, but
I really admire him.
no,
so
I
much.
really do. Like he really is. He's so fascinating. But it's, I listened to a podcast and I think it was actually TED Talk or Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbin.
Yeah, Tony
Toby
Robbins.
Robbin.
But it was like, you know, like if you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it without a backup plan because you're gonna make that successful.
Sounds like Ed Sheeran.
It's the same thing as like gaming. Like if you're gonna be successful as a gamer, like either Ninja or anyone, I don't care, but you're gonna make that work.
But that post brought out a lot of different problems for gaming than what you're talking about. We're talking about it as like a hobby or a profession or something that we enjoy. And a lot of people that don't like it, we're talking about coming from an emotional relationship response where they had a negative interaction with video games because they had somebody they were involved with that negatively impacted them because of video games.
Because it affected their relationship.
It affected their relationship.
Yeah.
Not because video games
That's
were the
understandable
culprit,
too,
but because
though.
that maybe that person was irresponsible or immature.
You
And
need to
I've
put-
been in that place too. With I've neglected relationships because of video games. I'm not fucking perfect, but people do that in every aspect of their lives. It's not just video games. People do it with music. People do it with
Yeah.
sports. People neglect their relationships because of other things that they enjoy, because of things they want to pursue.
For sure.
Video games is just one of those aspects. But it's so easy and accessible for a lot of people that it becomes a number one culprit and enemy to relationships. Because it's like the first thing, it's the easiest thing that people are doing.
Well, and that's the first target because it's very new. Of like, you know,
Yeah.
video games is like, you know, it's distracting you from what's important. Does that make sense?
But it's one of the things that distract you from what's important. It's not the only thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
but
just
like,
one thing.
it's one thing that's distracting you from what is important. But like, if you see the day and age, everything's going virtual. You cannot deny that.
Speaking of
Everything
virtual,
is going virtual.
Want to do VR?
Yeah, actually, I've been waiting for like 3 hours. So
You've been waiting for 2 hours, 52 minutes.
yeah, 3
8
hours
seconds.
in 8 minutes.
That's insane.
Wow, we've been going on for a while.
I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Let's go play VR and
Let's
Smash
go play VR.
Bros.
Last thing.
I think that was the last poll too.
Yeah.
Finish your thought.
We could talk about this later. So, 3 hours is a long podcast, and if everyone was still listening to this, that's crazy.
Nobody's listening.
Yeah. No. But
Nobody's
this has been really fun, and Steez, if you're listening right now, we are coming over to your house in, what time is it?
It's currently 10:12.
Probably 3 hours, and we're gonna assault you.
It's August 1st.
We will assault you.
Assault.
No, assault. So, I don't know if anyone knows, but he is one of our homies who decided to sell his Xbox, and he was part of our Xbox Live group probably every night. And he decided to do a master program like an idiot and make a life of himself. I don't
Do something productive.
yeah, I don't know what that means. So, yeah, we're going to come over to his place later tonight and assault him, maybe steal one of his couches. And
or maybe not in the future. Keep him on his toes.
yeah, we'll keep him on his toes for sure. He that is so incredibly disrespectful to sell his Xbox and leave the
Agreed.
boys hanging like that. So,
Agreed.
we're gonna make him pay.
He'll pay.
Yeah, and we'll probably document that. I'll
He already
definitely.
paid $40 in Smash Bros. Today.
Did he really? Okay. Well, that's good. And he needs to pay probably
That's just a small
$40,000
fee.
more.
That's
Yeah,
just a
for
small
sure.
fee.
So, yeah, incredibly disrespectful stuff from Steez and selling his Xbox and not playing Dead by Daylight or Overwatch with me. So, we'll make him pay. We'll let all the viewers know and keep the we'll get a video going of him suffering from what
This is getting really dark.
yeah, no, but
for sure, though.
but for sure, it
But
will
for sure
happen.
we'll do
Yeah.
it.
So, all right, Steve. Well, we love you, but not really right now. So,
Not really, but
yeah.
we love you.
yeah, we love you, but not really. So,
This has been
we'll see you tonight in 3 hours.
This has been excellent. 2 hours, 54 minutes, 32 seconds. I'm glad we got to do this. I'm kind of
Speaking-
sad that Jamie gave out us.
Yeah,
gave out on
Jamie
us
left,
15
and
minutes
even
in.
Zach left too.
Zach left 15 minutes
So
ago.
we talked gaming. And I thought Zach would talk
He
so
would've
much
been.
about
He would
gaming.
have. He
So
would have enjoyed this.
we'll do it next episode. So, and I'm
Next
talking really close to the mic right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay.
You see how big your bars are?
Oh wow.
That's because you're so
It's-
fucking close.
it's
That's
like
why I gotta do
4
this
times
every
bigger than
time
yours.
You're fucking talking.
Honestly, it's 4 times bigger than yours because I'm the alpha.
All right. Bye, everybody.